great place to see just a measure of form compared to the underperformance that Bilibili had in their first match to start somewhere where both teams are very comfortable.
Yeah, so a bit more context on what I was saying and why I'm surprised that the Lotus is here. Because BLG went back to banning that corrode, something that they had been doing in China during Season 2, right? Like, they changed their ban, they banned the Abyss when they arrived here, did not go well. They go back to, hey, we need to survive, we need to like get this out and not play it. We go somewhere else. Now, for RRQ, that map that they were banning was Lotus. And I thought that they were going to make the same change based on the fact that BLG are very, very good at that map. So this has to be, in their eyes, at least a calculated risk.
Yes, but I do want to be a little bit of like the devil on the shoulder here, because I do agree that this is pretty good for BLG.
I'm sorry.
You're the devil on the shoulder?
No, that's Mini. You missed that segment on EMEA, but he was actually the devil on my shoulder. Where he was on the desk, but he was
okay, well, I'm not literally on your shoulder, but I do think this is a great map pool for an RRQ 2-0. These are two maps where they looked great in Pacific, where they're on a win streak regionally, where we get the Waylay for Jemkin. Like, this is great maps for them as well. If Bilibili is going to beat them and maybe get a 2-0 here, it's going to take a complete 180 from the form they showed in their first match. I mean, half the rounds, it didn't look like the players were shooting back. It was a choke, and here's their chance to make good on it.
Well, looking at the agent select here, we hyped about this Waylay. We are going to get it. And then for the side of Bilibili, they move away from the KO.
I like it. I think that anything that is going to help YC succeed in his mission of going in, of being extra aggressive, especially starting from the attack, works in the favor of Bilibili.
This comp sells to me. We know YZ is our win condition. We're putting everything into him. We have a Paranoia, we have a Breach Stun, we have all these util to set him up starting on attack. But on the other side for RRQ, we've seen a lot of double duelist Waylay. Here it's just Jemkin on that agent, and I think it is a bit harder to get value when that Waylay is alone and you don't have someone to follow up on the dive as he refracts.
Two things before we jump into game. We went with the crazy guy Neff, both of them playing on the Breach, both of them IGL, and then also setting up their duelist. That is definitely a head-to-head that I want to see. And for the side of Bilibili, we know that it was an atrocious 0-2 that we saw the other day. Pistols, they didn't win a single one. They're the only team in the tournament that haven't so far.
Yeah, RRQ, they struggled to adapt to a new concept. One change on the side of Bilibili, Brennan, Sideshow. Let's see how they manage to adapt to this.
And a real battle of nerves that we got here between these two teams, honestly, as well. For RRQ, it's kind of like showing that they've learned from Toronto, I suppose, that previous showcase. And the same could be said for Bilibili. And Bilibili really need a big turnaround here. It's elimination, it's do or die. You have to step up now, otherwise, as I said in the teaser at the beginning of the day, it could be potentially your last game that you play this entire year.
I think it's so telling, in fact, that Bilibili said, it's not that we want to show the Bilibili that we can be, it's that we must. And so my eyes immediately go over to YZ. He's going to be going for those attacking first kills, first engagements. Arguable MVP of VCT CN this stage. Taking Bilibili to a win. And his performance was atrocious in the opening game here at Paris. That's not the player that he is. He'll be striving to showcase his potential.
Let's go, RRQ!
Really hoping to put their best foot forward. Slow going for now. Easing into the round. Just
let's go,
slow default at the beginning to see
RRQ!
if there is anything aggressive on the plate, I suppose, for RRQ, but they're not offering it up. Maybe going for a mid re-clear now.
Yeah, once this smoke drops, they're going to be looking to try to re-clear through mid. Nobody on Bilibili home. Bilibili have actually found the timing quite nicely here. They created this pressure over towards mid, baiting RRQ into the clear, and now they found an easy entry into A. So far, good calling from Neff. But how do they deal with this push down mid? Because it's still going to put a lot of pressure on Levius.
Yeah, Levius is going to be the one to try and contain, I think, when most of this pressure comes through. Bilibili got easy access to the site. Levius just crumbles under it. Three players wrapping around rapidly. Bilibili, what's the call? Looking for a plan towards CT, looking to see if they can flip the site and flip the map potentially away. But RRQ are not hard committing onto the flank. Just looking to contain with a few players they've got, and reinforcements arriving, but potentially too late. YZ, what we needed to see from him. And here's that second layer of it, the 1-2 punch. It's K-Knight and Neff creeping up from behind now. Slow going for now, but looking to explode. And straight up, decimating. Early pistol round win here for Bilibili. Great mid-round decision making.
Trolisan. Ada nonton video baru ya.
The only team left in the tournament to not have won a pistol, and I think this showcases that we're going to have at least a decent performance from Bilibili today. What they showed in their opening match against MIBR was completely flat. They flatlined utterly. And here, the idea is good, the execution is decent. I mean, Levius wasn't quite ready to push that mid, but other than that, flawless. And even go for the proactivity, like you mentioned in the post-ban, and hitting their shots.
Come on, RRQ gue udah pakai jersey banget nih. Gue udah pakai jersey banget nih. Come on, bro. Ayo maju RRQ. Ayo maju RRQ.
Somewhat similar opening here as well for RRQ, stacking bodies over towards A main at the start of the round and then going back to cover that mid gap. If that's the way that RRQ are going to tend to play the attack, the defense side, then YZ might have some opportunities to go fast up mid on some kind of A split round. Yeah, Bilibili have got some of those set ideas in the bank, but depends how many they want to bring out here, how fast they want to play, because they have slowed down a lot since. You might remember them from champs before.
Nomor tempel print-printan logo lagi guys. Nomor.
A lot more discipline into their game. Still got to keep that confidence high though.
Aman aja.
Already stronger beginnings. I mean, Wisey's got the ghost in his hand. He'll probably be the one going hunting. To the backside though, looks like an earnest attempt by RRQ potentially. Flood of util. Back and forth. Bit of a handshake for now, but no real player looking to step over the line of skirmish. RRQ still tiptoeing around, looking to see if they can send it with a couple of bodies, but the util comes out full swing along with Levius. And the rest of the team happy to clean up here, so almost flawless, just one player dropping in the form of YZ. He wasn't carrying a weapon, so the economy is going to be nice and flourishing as they look to round 3 for Bilibili.
Gua pikir
paying attention to whether or not they have
mereka mau mati sama bom.
Ideas that they pull out. Because we know that they can be aggressive, chaotic, they thrive in it, or at least have done in the past. So this would be the perfect round to pull something out of the strat book. Rely on the prep that Viola's put in earlier on.
Berarti sekarang PNX versus RRQ udah RRQ banget ya. RRQ banget. Parah. Kalau masalahnya RRQ bisa lolos nggak ke playoff gitu dulu.
So far this year. But it's not quick towards him.
It's always slow going at the beginning of these rounds so far from Bilibili. Ensuring that all the pieces are aligned correctly.
Bilibili juga sulit loh guys.
Hard into anything. Russia, high ground perch he's found himself on.
They're just trying to block the information away from Xtreem.
Itu Xtreem kenapa pakai bye-bye fever aja lagi sakit dia.
Trucking it soon enough here with the
ya Allah, ya Allah Xtreem mau whiff.
I didn't know where Xtreem is going to be playing.
Yeah, you'd like to see him breaking that fairly quickly. Taps the cam to see whether they're
ya
still
Allah,
in
Xtreem mau whiff anjir.
It's broken, so
nembak dart doang.
Useful mid-round information going to be provided from that, but Bilibili back out of B and haven't accomplished too much so far in the bonus. Time ticking, still
kalau gagal lolos
refund.
Refund gimana? Udah gua kagak beli, gua kagak keluar duit.
Not pulling out some kind of set idea, I don't think, from the book.
Drone's third fault line's going to be used pound for pound there though. YZ laying it down, but he's hindered in the process. Sees, has to be dodged and avoided.
And now
35 seconds.
Back over to B.
It looks like that might be the play.
They didn't break the trips.
Levius being that insert, they don't have the trips yet. Still broken, like you said. So Xtreem going to be able to play that kill trip potentially for it. As long as he doesn't overextend himself here. He's opened himself up onto the line of sight potentially, but Paranoia sweeps through regardless. Looking to play against these flashes as well into the back of the sight. Munya is fast off of it. Look at the reinforce, look at the help out.
Oh, nice.
Time is running short and running dry.
Nice, crazy guy.
Billy just throwing anything at the wall to see if it will stick.
Nice.
K-Knight though, last to go down.
Bonus round menang, nice.
Will seal this one up. No real damage done either.
Baju gua beda sama mereka,
guys. I can
guys.
appreciate Bilibili trying to run some slow rounds and figure out what's going on the defense side, but I think that one looked a little purposeless. Pressure over towards B main early on. Sure, but they didn't actually leave an insert. Weren't able to get a pick anywhere towards B main or mid, and then just ended up having to go for a B exec when they hadn't even pushed the A players off the line. So rotates were coming in through thick and fast. Neff here. For an attack side operator early on is very interesting to see. And Jemkin one away from that defensive, really powerful Waylay ultimate.
So not looking to speed anything up. Shock dart, that was intended for a cam, but it's in a different spot. So
it's actually in pretty much the same spot that it was put the first time around, but maybe they forgot where it was or thought he was going to move it.
Either way, Xtreem is going to be able to get that information in the mid-round, but might be getting time in the sun here to contest them, but first trip's going to be broken, walking up steadily. It's all slow going. Neff holding a one angle, the rest of the team trying to work their way up. The cam's going to be spotting them out. They're already out onto the site.
What a play. What a lovely idea to contact in.
And already, Levius, he's absolutely destroying them from the flank there. Up the gun in mid, they were not expecting it. Pounced on the chance to really bite back against them, and that's a good, beautiful fault line into the dart, still shut down. Into decline, it's a wonderful shot, but the trade is there nevertheless. K-Knight getting active, and they do need to clean up Levius still. He's lurking, hunted down eventually.
Fitri, winnable loh.
Still could
Wah,
be playable
ini
for
orang-orang
RRQ,
nembaknya nge-wave semua apa gimana ya? Orang-orang nembak nge-wave semua.
Perhaps a little bit of a pity, because if Jemkin had thought about playing for that one a little earlier on, then you're right. I think they could have made a bit of a go at it. Instead, just choosing to save. You see the money. Crazy guy wouldn't be able to buy into the next, only 50 credits to his name. So they're looking to get at least one player to go for the drop here. And Jemkin,
media share,
if he had gone for it, there is a chance he could have got baited into using the Waylay ultimate too. What a call though from Billy. What a nice idea. I was a little critical of how purposelessness the bonus round idea looked. It didn't really look like they were accomplishing too much, but they threw very similar util out on B this round and just walked in behind it. That Omen smoke that they threw in round 3, which didn't do much because the cam was already there in B main. This time, they just walked straight out after figuring out that Xfero is going to be playing backside. RRQ might need to adjust by playing a slightly more aggressive version.
Kebanyakan ngasih free point
ya
gua.
Nanti
ketinggalan jauh.
And the Waylay,
pusing nanti, bro.
But not going to look for it this time. Instead, the cam adjusted to hold the walkout through B main.
All eyes on mid here for RRQ. There's a fast, rapid play with double dash, double TP forwards. Munyet's going to be joining him alongside him. Shoulder to shoulder, looking for a couple of kills, but completely vacated. Billy not in the area and not looking like they're in the market for a fight.
A reaction, a fairly slow reaction, but the cam will be able to get a tag here for Xfero to get some level of spam off.
Shots.
Free play lagi.
Still active, including the one back towards Boba, just in case they choose to refine a little bit closer.
Free play mulu.
It is being spotted out now. Here it is. Convergent pass to the Paranoia, flooding forwards as well. Good connections. And Munyet looking to deliver that dead. Just from the side, his team to try and help him out. Jemkin onto the back alongside Crazy Guy, and the kills are flooding through right now for RRQ. Good plan of action built around the ultimates.
Well, that's how you run a retake, isn't it? Cam is played, tapped, shows exactly where the positioning is, informs a Paranoia, informs a Waylay ult as well, completely catches K-Knight, he's got no hope. And Levius pushed into a corner, bullied out as well. RRQ are one of the teams at this tournament that plays the most for retake. They're playing about 2/3 of their rounds, allowing the spike to go down for their opponents, and then coming back in with big ideas like that. And you can see why, they look really coordinated with it. And now the op changes hands.
We're seeing a faster play and look towards A now. YZ's got that overdrive. Making sure to deal with some of that util. That's a big reveal, but that, the trip just tangles them up. YZ not able to step much more further past that. That's a Crazy Guy holding his own. Just home to elbow. Has some supplementary util as well. Munyet ready to lay it down the smoke so they can hard commit into this elbow. Extremity. Right there. But the ult for a rainy day on top of it too, choosing to give up a bit more of that space.
I think Billy will be a little bit annoyed that they chose to go A this one round fast and run into Xfero's trips, which for the first time he's moved away from B and towards A. So great read from RRQ here that the faster eco round was going to be headed on this site.
Big heads up, making sure to not get conditioned with the way that Billy have been playing, the slower, cautious tail that they've been weaving over towards B. Now that slowed down just down to the it's going to come down to the raw shots. Xfero though, still on top of it all. I have the spike. Locked in on this angle here. Russia is hard committed into this spot. That's an ability to get out here, but with the spike drop down, there's really no more chances for him. Doesn't have a weapon to save into the next. Will just look to do as much damage as he possibly can.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly dead in this position. Huge credit to RRQ again for reading exactly what the play was. Brennan, I just want to point out this trip as well. I mean, think about this one. They were already planning for if that eco round was going to be a B split up through mid as well. I mean, they had both fast strats that they were predicting Billy would run, with trips perfectly placed to try to counter
RRQ itu gak full Indo, guys.
Hyper aware.
Yeah, not just putting all of their eggs into the basket of
3 Indo,
they're going A.
1 Rusia, 1 Vietnam.
Note that. Great setup, great anticipation. And a bit of a strange buy now for Billy. A Sheriff, a Bulldog, but essentially a Force. 2 Guardians as well, actually, just so that they could afford all of their util.
Really bizarre.
And Xfero picks up the op, which implies Jemkin's going to do something a bit more aggro.
Looking down mid, Cam early break. 2 players looking in that direction. Crazy
Oh
Guy's
my God.
hard committed. This is an insane.
Tapi nanti RRQ Corsair masuk kan?
This spot could push them all
Masuk,
into the more.
Jemkin's
Masuk,
going to
Beko.
Get this one going. It's only going to be Jemkin that can follow up on it. So the spot's now Hinder onto the one side of things, but the stun is even better. It's YZ looking to push them all the way back here and still trying to make a play off of it. Barusha, he's right there behind him. The shots are going all sorts of wide. Xfero now feeling the heat, feeling that pressure, push back and away. Out of line of sight, out of the angle. Still able to survive for now, but that high ground punch and angle.
Untung aja.
Happy to flood into defense.
Astagfirullah, untung aja berhasil defend. Ya enggak. Itu ulti adalah ulti paling useless yang pernah gue lihat, bro. Absen nih. Itu adalah ulti bridge yang paling useless yang pernah gue lihat.
I love the idea from RRQ.
Kalau lu nggak mau push, jangan push. Jangan nanggung gitu loh. Untung aja BLG tolol.
But then when Billy go for the reaction, RRQ's reinforcements are there, and it looks like they're set up to go for a contact and a double swing as well. They can even get something high-low going. This Spike has no chance, surely, of getting into K9's hands.
Jangan konyol.
Players weren't really watching it. It is a 1v2.
Jangan
20 seconds though.
konyol.
Flash dodged, lined up almost 4 right there. Was a world. There was definitely a world, but at the end of the day, RRQ were ready for it.
Monya and Crazy Guy would have had to get their heads inside of each other to die to
Kalau
a
menang
Guardian
playoff belum.
collab, but it would have been
RRQ itu kemarin kalah ya kalau war bracket. Jadi kalau menang masih harus lawan satu orang lagi, baru kalau lolos ke playoff.
Couple of times he's been trying to dash into backside. Jemkin picks up the op again, gets it back from his friend Xfero.
Lawan
Take a bit of
Aspas.
an angle down mid. But an area that RRQ have been exploring quite a lot, so Billy may want to put a few more resources there, but instead the cam gives them this B main walk up. This aggro cam from Xfero though, they've probably heard it being placed.
They've got some in, yeah, I mean, look at it.
Oh, hello.
By YZ.
That's actually quite early in the round, to be honest with you. 120 on the clock, getting rid of the cam is not bad. It's also dragged Crazy Guy over here. But Billy, not with any space on the map apart from B main currently. They've never once tried to default towards A and then spread back out.
Emang konsepnya begitu kali biar lucu.
So they're going to be taking a look in Uganda, a bit of a reclearance going on, but below the minute mark now. Market go into A too much.
Market door not being closed makes you very worried that the op is going to be posted here, because normally the defenders are going to look to try to seal that avenue off.
Billy have maneuvered their way around it though, over towards A, just pure disrespect. Contacting as much as they possibly can past this, realizing, wait a minute. It's a retake setup from RRQ. No one's really holding close from this one. Looks like an attempt to try and clear out bottom section of mid, but no one's
yeah, because that cam got broken so early in B main, the defensive rotates are actually really slow here for RRQ. They've got the read on this A hit very late, and Billy should be able to get plant down.
Oh, nice net.
Oh my god. Limping away from that engagement here. The plant should go down from Nef though. She said, no pushback.
Now a retake with no big ultimates for RRQ. Billy should be favored here.
Swap the rifle and the operator around. Jemkin's going to have that one.
Gimana lu retake-nya lu? Hayu lu.
Now with the util, but it's primed on either side, looking for signs of life. Horns forwards, K9 alongside it, wants to try and play on top of it. Still going to be stunned in the process, but that Hinder comes through into the back. Slowing down RRQ for now. The peak is watched for, and this is Billy with a wonderful hold now. Vice grip setup that they've got onto this side, even trying to make the fight and the play happen here. Time is ticking though, might be potentially getting away from them. YZ shows up. 4-4 now for them. Much better look overall.
And the 2 big rounds that they've been able to take after the pistol and the follow-up have actually been contact plays, right? It's not that aggro style with YZ leading from the front and battering people on the entries. It's actually been really smart calling from Nef, being able to find the gaps in our defense and being a little slow to detect it.
Kita lihat RRQ cepat apa lambat deh. Kalau lambat kayak cuma 1 game deh. Tapi kalau cepat mungkin kita bisa nonton 2 game.
This time finding a huge gap on the A site after taking B main early on.
Gue masih sakit, jadi gue pasti gak lebih dari jam 12, guys. Maksimal banget itu jam 12. Kalau misalnya jam 11, kalau ini 21, gue udah.
It looks like they're trying to stun YZ off dart.
He's all the way up though. disrespected most of this one here. He does have Levius by his side. YZ just perfect tracking as well. Managed to wrangle control of the rifle. Locks it onto Cushy. Hunter's Fury to try and push them into an even deeper avenue. But again, Levius has got his head on a bit of a swivel, trying to spot where these players are, and yet really isolated, anchoring, almost solo in this one. There's no safe space. They're going to try and left to contain. Crazy Guy falls. Levius, though, could be next. Indeed, Jemkin trading from above. The section of top mid brings it into that 3v3. Fast on the flank is Xpharaoh. Making sure to hold up one more of those spots, but K-Knight's got his watchful eye onto all of it here. The jab of the movement, not enough to keep Jemkin alive, and it's just left up to Munya. 11 HP.
Woi, jangan retake mulu lah.
But it will remain that way. He's looking to just take the op and save and
Heran
scurry
lo.
away.
Wah lo. Retake
Nice idea
mulu.
again from Billy.
Kalau nggak retake mati bagaimana sih? Coba defend, jangan dikasih free plan terus.
Setup for YZ.
Pikirin orbnya itu loh, orb.
Overall, it's a lovely idea. And they're not approaching these off barrier drop. They managed to take a little bit of mid control, make it still feel like one of their slow default rounds, and then pounce on those players. And RRQ left reeling. They'll still have the op. They'll still have money to be able to buy here. But getting into the crunch time on Billy's attack side, they've actually shown some pretty nice depth and strategy. Way better. Let's just start from the big picture POV. Way better than their opening game against MIBR.
Oh,
they actually look like they're playing similar to how they were in VCT when they lifted the trophy. A reminder that both of these teams at different points this year have been at the very top of their domestic regions. They just haven't been able to translate that in globals as yet.
It's a resounding bounce back here from Billy. They were looking out of it in their first game of this event. But they've come in with a very good idea and strategy. Slower play working out in their favor. Lets them save a lot of util as well, knowing that RRQ are playing that retake setup. So far, the operator, which is usually going to be the counter to a slower play that Billy are offering, hasn't seen too much value. Now we're seeing explosive now to Paranoia. The stun, a trip. Oh my God, tangling them up, Russia. Barely able to get a hold onto it. Does at least even it out, 1 for 1. It's not quite the trade, but still there. Evens it 4 versus 4 now.
It actually gets rid of quite a bit of that retake utility that Cushy would be providing.
Barely a shoulder peeking out. They choose to play this one, swap around to the weaponry again. They want Jemkin to be front and center. Aftershock Paranoia will be a connection. Neff will have to respect that one alongside that fault line. It's even better. The util looking sublime. Hinder into the back. Neff is just going to be a sitting duck. And he needs that help and he needs that bailout. K-Knight trying to help out from the side as well, but he is hard committed into this spot. Now going to be double facing all of these players. Time still ticking though. Flash in your face. And Xpharaoh picks up Levius. At this point, they've dissected the site and RRQ come out swinging on that retake.
Aduh, kenapa ya? Maksudnya itu bagus,
really
itu retake-nya bagus.
These retake scenarios, don't they?
Cuma
they've got some nice protocols. Jemkin's always offloading the operator.
Kenapa retake mulu ya?
Targeting people quite nicely with the pieces
Kenapa
of utility.
Ya? Hobinya retake mulu aja.
Landing, saturate from Jemkin landing, making it very difficult for Billy to just hold in positions. The rounds where we've seen Billy play the best in post-plans are where they try to save some of that util and fight back themselves a little aggressively. Very back and forth game. Two teams that are looking quite even. I do want Jemkin to get on some more aggressive lines with this off. He's been quite passive with it so far. I don't think they're getting anywhere near the value that they should be out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be trying to post up B main and even fall back to where he's currently playing.
Very far back though. Take contact and he might just be getting his wish here. Some action occurring. That's a double face. Dropped down to 10 HP. 140 ding to the head.
Billy still going for the contact though. They could have led with a drone there. They could have led with a jumpy, but they didn't want to make any noise.
Sayang gitu loh maksud gue loh.
Signs of potentially the play style being punished. Now we're seeing it. Double walk down into mid. Cushy's able to clean up Levius, so that's going to be no longer a worry at the back of their minds when this play starts to go off. The retake. RRQ can focus their full attention onto the site. Billy forward though.
Oh,
yeah, Billy trying to take that fight. This is it. Hyper aggressive. Stun into the Paranoia. Already collecting the 1 kill. Convergent paths. Offloaded onto the side here. But this is really Billy isolated on an island. K-Knight is their savior. Knight in shining armor. But it's left it just down to Russia, but still very much winnable. Dodge and a flash to the side. He's still got 2 players left to deal with.
Nice.
Can't quite manage the spray transfer.
Nice trade.
Rifle almost there, but it's Crazy Guy that seals it up.
I love the idea of Jemkin dashing in from God knows where to be able to distract in that situation.
Dapat jersey ya udah dong.
But absolutely, you're right. It's that playstyle, the more contacty ideas getting punished.
Iya, berasa Ablab.
A fantastic 2K from K-Knight. RRQ clean up. And at least they're going to make this one even at the half.
Kopi tarik.
They feel really comfortable in these retakes tonight.
Kopi tarik, guys.
Loving that.
That's too good. That's too good.
We got to get the RRQ fans out here in Paris, I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. VIP treatment. Give them a box.
Absolutely.
Iya, itu ada
Final round of the first half, though. Now we're finally seeing it sped up a little bit at the beginning. Billy.
Trio J.
Slower pace, conditioning.
Once again, though, they go over towards A, and this is the round where Xfero's put his traps and his setup more towards this site. And a very early mid-push, too, from RRQ. This mid-push has been getting a lot of value, flushing out the lurker.
Wilson.
This time, Levius playing with the team.
Iya, Trio J ya, kecuali Wilson. Wilson ke Paris saya. Wilson ke Paris nggak sih? Enggak deh. Wilson nobar aja ya.
Could be paying dividends right now. Full line onto the
Kenapa
side.
Trio J anjir? Wah anjir, dapat dua cok.
That situation, his team's going to be happy with it, but
Ya
Nightfall still
Allah,
connects.
dapat
Cutting away the
dua.
sound cues. The desperation starting to seep in. Billy have got to try and hold their ground down. Still
Yang
good enough
bener
awareness. Rolling
aja.
Thunder's trying to push them even further back. Overdrive from YZ, and he's going hunting. Still cushy. Responds from behind. Is attacking to the back with a bullet to the back. K-Knight instantly there on top of it, and Jemkin left to just wonder, how the hell do I take this fight? And 1v3, still guessing where these players might be. Finds a first, but it's going to be, again, a very difficult task, and the second shot just going wide enough. So a 6-6 half, where we stand here. Much better looks from Billy.
An incredible glow up from Billy compared to what we saw from them early on. But I think it's so fitting that this half has ended at 6-6 because it was back and forth the entire way. Both teams making some decent adjustments to what the other was attempting. Still some areas that I'd like to see them improve, but plenty of different avenues for this match to go yet. A reminder that this is RRQ's pick.
Explosive back and forth is what it's been, really. But listen, we'll send it down to the floor. Lewis standing by with a very special guest. Take it away.
Side kosong mulu.
Hello everyone, bonjour. On a eu des pros, on a eu des fans, et c'est au tour d'un streamer de me rejoindre. Jetix, French content creator, just joined me for a little interview. And the first question I have to ask you is very important. How has been the Radiant grind lately? Any champs pro that you've met in ranked?
Honnêtement, la ranked ça se passe bien. Et surtout, ce qui est cool, c'est de voir vraiment tous les pays venir en Europe et en France pour jouer en ranked. Et on voit des pros.
Bye bye FIFA.
On se rend compte que la ranked, ça a quand même step up depuis quelques jours.
I can imagine that, definitely. Donc évidemment, of course, we can see some pros in the servers, and we've seen that the level has kind of leveled up since the pros have arrived. And yeah, I'm enjoying myself. And talking about ranked, I think French people, you know, we kind of have a reputation in Valorant, right? But here at the venue, everyone is smiley, just like you. Everyone is like in a good mood and stuff. So is that the real face of the French Valorant players? Donc on a une réputation sur Valo, les Français, mais ici, tout le monde est souriant, tout le monde a de la hype, etc. Donc est-ce que c'est ça le vrai visage du Valorant français?
C'est vrai qu'en France, on a un peu la réputation d'être aigri, de râler au premier round perdu et d'être un peu toxique, mais dès qu'on se rencontre IRL, on voit que
apakah RRQ bisa menang attacking side-nya? Sebenarnya sih konsep retake di defensive side itu lebih menunjukkan kalau mereka tuh kuat. Retake itu kan sama aja kayak mereka nyerang balik ya guys. Kayak mereka tuh attacker, mereka tuh defender jadi attacker dengan retake. Jadi harusnya kalau mereka tuh lebih pede retake pas defender, attackernya lebih bagus. Harusnya logikanya sih seperti itu.
Been electric, certainly back and forth, and that step up that we wanted to see from Billy overall, that 6-6 half. We'll take a deeper dive as well onto Crazy Guy in a Coinbase econ report, see how he's been putting up. Honestly, he's been quite a subtle player for them. I mean, he's never really the heavy hitter. He's always able to support if util.
Yeah, I think he actually did a pretty good job in plenty of these rounds, though, defending certain areas.
Sure,
I mean, we were watching him lock down elbow, for example, in a couple of these rounds, and facilitate some pretty important mid pushes as well. So, yeah, a good half, a great half, actually, from Crazy Guy. And I think that Neff will be looking to replicate something similar on the defense side, too. When you watch those two... Yes, yeah, exactly. A former teammate. They both won Ascension together in 2023. And interestingly enough, Neff actually leads all of the players in the world in Stage 2 for most assists per round. So keep your eye on that when he's on stuff like the Breach. And here, Potential clash in mid.
Walking down, it's a slight pixel angle to work with, but again, it's going to spot that contact and that play. Being read by RRQ, Munyet trying to get involved a little bit more, but again, Tepid slowly working their way around this one and redrawing the battle lines once more, giving up on the fight.
Jemkin's got himself in quite a deep position. Not looking to take the duel.
Lo yakinnya Pak Jogemo apa Demon One? Jogemo lah.
Might be getting cleared out.
And he is indeed.
Seru nih, Jitu ketemu sama DRG, seru nih. Jogemo ketemu Demon One, bro. Mantan satu tim menjadi lawan.
Steadily though, slowly but surely, going to be making their way onto the B site. They don't have Jemkin as that insert, but again, there's a reflanker going by Billy. So hyperactive, always reclearing for the space.
Absolutely, and also this trip over towards B is going to be a pretty interesting one, because if they plant on the B site, oh my god, it doesn't even matter.
It was almost a ships in the night moment. This man's looking like a battle cruiser. Just ending their day and ending the pistol round for him. This Billy on fire.
I mean, I'm talking as if they're going to get the plant down and Levius is going to have to play retake. They just go straight into his sight line and he picks them off before RRQ even have a chance. So now double pistol collected here for Billy after winning 0 in their opening match against MRBR. Not winning here on Sunset after winning double pistol and having a close first half, I think would be a disappointment for them. They could land a really big early blow here against the Pacific team.
Hello, Richard.
RRQ, honestly, flashbacks to their game versus Fnatic, their opening map. Close loss in that Ascent game versus Fnatic, but the pistol rounds ended up losing both of them. Could have made a major difference. They don't want this to be turned in the same way, as this is just a game of who can use the util the most. Goes evenly on either side here. Could be a slight timing for Munyet to work with, but no, just spam down at a moment's notice. And crazy guy, you're not going to be getting too much done from here. Doesn't have the spike, can't go for a plant. He will be swarmed.
And Levius even getting the Cypher ult online too, so situational ult can be pretty amazing, especially if Billy are going to go for those aggressive reclear fights and pick off a lurker in the mid-round.
Mantap Richard. Udah mau
generally speaking across their map
sindang
on the
ya.
defense side
Gokil.
rather than the attack side. But I have loved the ideas that they've got with Crazy Guy and Jemkin working together.
Yeah.
You've got such nice synergy on this map with the stun into the dash and the saturate.
Ya, bonus round nih.
Have some kind of broad idea of which player you want to target.
A bit of spam on either side there. Dart not quite tagging onto Xtreem.
A splits can be really powerful with RRQ's comp, but that requires them to take a little bit of mid control, and that deep smoke that they're currently facing is making them a little worried. Billy have gone walkabouts.
What the heck? Though. Nice banget recon di atas kabel anjir.
One's going to get good clearance there.
Cam broken in market. I don't think they realize the trip is also there, so Billy won't care about that too much.
And a drone reclearance for Billy as well, getting good mid-round information here.
Yeah, I like that. And setting Levius up on a really deep line. Not something that we saw from Xfero.
It's good from them. Rusha breaks the Prowler, makes it feel like there's more presence on the water, and they're reclearing into mid. They've got this one held and ready as well as Utah. Nice. It's an attempt of a punish. They know that Crazy Guy was going for it.
Nice.
As well, stepping a little bit further forwards here. Neff.
That's such a great timing, isn't it?
It is.
Just as Crazy Guy's trying to tuck into tiles to get the line on the A player. Punished.
RRQ left into 4v4, still with that side control. Plant going down here. A response from Billy looking to play this one onto the retake.
4v4.
Not ideal in terms of the weaponry, but with Levius causing a bit of a stir onto the flank. Could be enough of a distraction they need. Paranoia swoops forward. Trying to take a lot of that space forward again. And he does keep his aim clean enough. Nice with the resets. Dropping K-Knight in the process. Causing a bit of concern for Billy.
Xtreem.
Stepping up to the plate, trying to help his team, and now they're looking to combine their might, grouping up together now for this hit back in. Cushy trying to hold it down, is back against the wall. His only option really to try and power through, brute forces to play, but again the timing taken against it. The fight's all going away.
There's no way.
Billy.
Why on earth have they all taken the fight right before the time was about to expire?
Ngapain elu?
All you had to do was swing. 3/4 of a second later, and that round is impossible for Billy to win.
Waktu sampai bomnya meledak. Bener-bener
What's going on there?
Yeah.
I mean, the decision
Coba,
from Jenkin and Monier to try to trade out is just exactly wrong.
Time out.
And Neff's on his feet, you can't believe it.
Time out.
Bonus conversion.
Time out.
9-6.
What the fuck are you doing, man?
And now for sure, winning double pistol and a bonus, Billy should be favored to take Sunset.
Primed and
Their
ready.
opponent's map pick.
Yeah. Set up the slam dunk for an opening map win in this series. And this elimination, as a reminder, loser will be going home. Jimkin sending it fast and loose, trying to get the help from the rest of his team here. A lot of util though, and this is pure disrespect from Levius. Purely feeling himself as well, gliding in, sliding in. K-Knight coming out from the side alongside Levius. Jimkin is no more, turned to dust. 10-6 now, Billy running away with it. But the upcoming round will be a buy round for RRQ, and it has to be the time when they turn things around.
Yeah, they need a great idea to get themselves back into this game to stabilize.
Time out, walk.
They got onto the A side, no problems, right? They just completely misplayed the post-plan situation. Billy, I'm still thinking back to the previous round. I'm not talking about this one, but
sure.
The lack of util that they had, Billy, in a 3v3 retake, they've completely run out. They had one flash to work with.
The fuck?
That was it. And yet still,
what the fuck?
Still RRQ lose such a pivotal round and are now in a desperate spot. It's not to say it's impossible for RRQ to win this game on Lotus and Abyss, but Billy 6-0 on Lotus, beating all of the other Chinese teams. And then Abyss, I mean, who knows, to be honest with you. It's a bit of unknown territory, but Billy used to be good on that map too, so pressure really on RRQ very early in this match. And if they thought this one was going to be a cakewalk, they are so wrong. Billy have turned up in much better form, much more usual form, I would say.
Yeah, and it's controlled as well from Billy.
Yeah.
Not throwing things into it, just trying to take it. It's a very measured approach to the game.
Yeah. They've gone from silly to drilly.
-2.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll workshop it.
Yeah,
There's something there.
There's something there.
That's what Xtreem is for.
Look at Levius and K-Knight compared to the rest of their team.
Yeah,
They've got double the kills of everyone else.
20 and 11.
That is
18-20.
absurd.
To 10, I should say.
I mean, obviously, Levius has had some big rounds just recently, but man, RRQ need a hero. And I think it's got to be Jemkin. He's 11-11 right now, but I've yet to see him have a match at a global event where he takes over, and that's mad because he's so good in Pacific.
And there's so much hype around this player ahead of Toronto, previous event in the year.
Mati bareng.
Absolutely dismissed. Mati bareng. On the hand, it's YZ and Rusha that say bye-bye, good night. We're just staring at their reactions, man. Meanwhile, there's a fight kicking off. They're just cold of it, I guess.
No, I mean, listen, the producers were right. The round was over.
Listen, the round was over.
The round was over.
I don't hate them looking at that. I don't hate it.
YZ and Russia were the two players that I was most disappointed in the match against MIBR as well. They are normally the two best players for Billy. Today, playing fine. Obviously, today is more so about Levius and K-Knight. You can see it in the numbers, but YZ and Russia still having those big rounds and showcasing just there. Dismissing RRQ.
RRQ really scraping the bottom of the barrel here with a buy.
Colok mata lu ya.
Not investing everything into it here, really just trying to take this one, and they will have to drag it back one round at a time to OT. You're assuming that Billy win this one, which, listen, so far, it's been the case.
Jemkin acquires his ultimate, but I've yet to really see any of these great set ideas for RRQ. We've seen them in Pacific. They've been great at comboing the stun with the dash and getting Jemkin into good aggressive spots, putting pressure up through top mid. Today, it's looked a little flat, but I think part of the reason for that is that they haven't even been able to get into position to run some of their ideas.
Sure.
Here, they're trying to open up B, put the pressure over towards mid and A. They found the right avenue, but they need to keep going.
Double dash in, there's going to be a Hunter's Fury to try and push them back, and that's a double connection here.
Astaghfirullahaladzim. Astaghfirullahaladzim.
Inserts himself in, announced himself to the party, and just barely running out of bullets, but the cleanup is all there in time. Billy, lights out. The resurgence in form that we really wanted to see from them here, because so they said it themselves, it could be the last match they play this year, but the way they're playing, looking to keep it going a little bit longer.
RRQ are going to take a tack timeout. Look at this.
That's lovely.
Cage falls. The aim is perfect
So
from
calm.
Levius. Really collected, isn't it? And at the same time as the Hunter's Fury come through, they knew exactly what was going on there. They're really happy to just play for backside control on B. Don't need a stack when they've got this overall to help them. And no ults expended there either, you know. No waylay ult, no fade ult. Those were two tools that RRQ had to work with. Yeah. They didn't have to just walk in and try to get a plant immediately. They could have tried to push the fight a little further. Could have tried to set up some punish perhaps onto Levius in backside, but...
Wok, gak usah pura-pura kerja dah lu, Wok.
A little...
Lu pura-pura kerja, Wok, kata gua, Wok.
Timid on their attack side, I think, from RRQ.
Scared of the potential of a trap play, perhaps.
Maybe.
But, I mean...
Not willing to take a risk, perhaps.
Come on, man!
It needs to be turned around here. It's the last time out they've got, really, and last chance to put it together on their own map here in this elimination series.
I like the proactivity that RRQ was showing on defense. I think they actually played a pretty decent defense side. The op from Gemkin, I wasn't super happy about how they were running that, but everything else I was all right with. Here, they haven't got a single round on their attack side.
Ya Allah.
And they have had chances. I mean, for a couple of rounds in the middle, we were talking about how they threw it away in the post plant, but
sampai dikasih ini strategi pakai strategi ya, gue gak denger lagi tadi, udah keburu depresi gue. Lihat gameplay RRQ yang sangat amat noob.
And they can play Retake in a bit more of even footing.
Gue gak dukung RRQ, tapi gue gak bisa bohong kalau RRQ mainnya kayak noob.
Taking low control again, same playbook.
Stop being a noob.
Putting all their eggs here onto the flank. Making sure to see if they can get that backstab online, and ults are being committed. RRQ get a full clearance.
So now you know that Billy were playing full retake. Cam even catches them on the flank. Are you going to waylay ult? Are you going to breach ult? Are you going to fight them in the flank?
Plants down, and attention's being drawn towards it now, and here it is. Rolling Thunder off onto the flank as well. YZ's pushed way out to the open. Aftershock as well. It's evened out on either side. No one able to gain any ground. All kills in the process. Cam finally dealt with. The drone further forwards here. YZ's managed to dodge and sidestep, at least that sees, but again the smoke in their face makes it awkward in terms of the engagement. How do RRQ piece this one together? Because Billy still looking like they're in control, but maybe with a bit of stray bit of spam. The potential's there. Biding their time, waiting for it now, but that paranoia is going to be cutting away again. Noise cues, visual cues. K9 just holding it down to the ground, crouched up here. Time's out of the tick away. Monyet finally delivers them.
The guns
need to be safe for this one. RRQ, you might have won the round, but listen, the war's not over. Oh, that's a brutal one.
Oh, that's rough.
That's a brutal one.
Billy weren't even really playing for the retake there. They were just playing to trap RRQ on the site. And to see if they could force out another ult from them. At least in that situation, RRQ do decide to use the breach ult. And they had the cam.
Dewa jadi streamer RRQ, kapan gulung BLG-nya, King?
Still going to be able to come to the next with 5 rifles, 4 full armors.
Pernah tahu nih, aku debut jadi streamer RRQ nih. Bingung juga aku.
Round on the board. They've got to put another 5 up there.
Has to be consecutive.
Monyet.
Has to be convincing.
Aduh, itu bagus banget loh. Bisa di atas kabel itu aja.
The B main barrier trip.
Walking up here, there's no real pushback again in through market. Billy holding this one with a more passive setup, but that's a cross map with a fault line. It's a good stun to try and set them up. K9 even taking a peek. Here's a conversion pass into the back of the site. Now no one is home. Double dash straight through and over. Levius cannot be contained, man. You try and take a fight towards his side. He's already bought time for this rapid approach coming from the rest of Billy, and they are absolutely destroying the man. It's not even close at this point. No one can stand up against them. 13-7 for our opening map here in this elimination series.
VCT CN's #1 seed has come to play today. And Levius, what a monster, 26 kills.
Astaghfirullahaladzim.
Missing RRQ.
Bukan gua. Dia. Enggak. Lu. Tadi. Oh my god.
Oke, Rahman, bye-bye. Butuh buah bit buat darah tinggi. Buat naikin darah ya.
Things are different. Verizon's different too.
Aduh. Gimana nih guys? Aduh, coba gue mau lihat. Mau lihat berapa skor tim tercinta kita RRQ? Gak ada yang perform guys. Semuanya sama. Inilah akibat keseringan retake. Inilah akibat keseringan retake adik-adik. Buset, Levius 345 CS-nya. Bahkan ACS monyet sama Crazy Guy ditambah aja kagak setara sama Levius. Astagfirullahaladzim. Persentase Lotus RRQ. Mari kita lihat. Astagfirullah. 33%. Menang 7 kalah 14. Astagfirullahaladzim. Lihat BLG ya. %60 dari 58 match. Astagfirullah. Biasanya kita Astagfirullah United, kali ini kita Astagfirullah Keon. Aduh. Aduh. Head coach sama asisten coach sudah dari luar nih. Performance coach sudah dari Malaysia nih. RRQ. What the heck, bro? What the heck, bro? Please. Oh my god. Kalau kata gua ini udah saatnya ganti sama RRQ Core Rival, guys. Stop bergaya, RRQ.
Hey guys, Jen Lee here with Coach Bile of BLG. Now, congratulations, Coach, on Sunset. Now, when it comes to Lotus, you guys have played against so many different comps back in the CN region. Now, when it comes to facing RRQ, there's a high chance that they will be playing the Raze Yoru double duelist comp. So, how are you feeling about going up against them in the upcoming map? 감독님, 선셋 축하드리고요. 이제 로터스 준비를 해야 하는데 사실 중국 리그에서 로터스에서 다양한 조합을 정말 많이 상대해 보셨잖아요. RRQ 같은 경우에는 최근에 보여준 게 요루와 레이즈 이 투타격대 조합이었는데 얼마나 자신 있으신지
dari Korea ya.
부탁드립니다.
뭐 물론 저희가 CN 리그에서 계속 로터스를 한 번도 안 지고 오긴 했지만 뭐 물론 CN 리그도 다양한 조합을 정말 많이 쓰거든요. 뭐 지금 말한 것처럼 RRQ 조합 투타격이라든지 뭐 그런 것도 많이 정석 조합도 많이 하고.
Bang jangan desah bang, ada mamaku, gua kagak desah. Desah tuh, itu desah. Gua tadi
연습 때도 그렇고 그냥 로터스 자체를 뭔가 편안하게 하는 느낌이 좀 큰 것 같아요. 어떤 조합이든.
Well, yeah, we've been undefeated in the CN League when it comes to our Lotus, and there were a lot of different comps that we had to face up against. You know, we had the double duelist comp, and also that the comp RRQ used to run back in the Pacific. So we are feeling pretty confident. So I just feel like us being able to play our own game and feeling like and knowing that Lotus is definitely our home ground will be the most important thing. Thank you very much, Bile, and best of luck.
Thank you.
It's great that Billy are able to feel confident. We saw a lot of that on the map of Sunset. I'm Kingston, I'm back with Kakuka and Mimi. And if we take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment, Mimi, night and day from their first performance.
So different. YC had a horrible time in his first game, but he was massive here. This round is a split onto the A site. You can see how good he is on this Neon. Slides in, has that Sobalt to support as well coming through, gets this opening kill, and then the rest of the round is lovely too. Split into that side, and I felt like this whole game was defined by BLG just running over A on their attack side.
I think that they were very successful in doing so. Maybe not the best retakes for the side of
Onyet sama Crazy G lagi ada performa emang begitu gameplaynya. Emang gitu.
That the performance that we saw, especially from him, from both sides, right? At first, at the defense, we expect him to be looking back and just catching those kills. This man was good for minimum 2 every round. Most likely 3, but minimum 2.
Yeah, I mean, you look back as well at Jemkin, and that was so tough for him. I don't think he got enough value on defense with the off. I thought RRQ played too much retake there.
Well, let's hear what Coach Ewok had to say ahead of map 2.
Hello again, Jen Lee here with Ewok, coach of RRQ. Tough loss, Ewok on the Sunset. But you guys have mentioned that you've been here before. The elimination matches, the lower bracket runs that you guys have
sama-sama kita apain coach ini?
in these situations from Masters Toronto. But with Lotus coming up, which is bread and butter for BLG, do you have any concerns as for the vibes? Or do you feel like the players are ready to reverse sweep?
Of course, there's some frustration with how we ended that previous map now. The defense side was good, but our attack side was not it. We lost some really important fights, so we just talked about there's some frustration. We get it out. We're quite used to being able to work through it, so I feel like, yeah, everyone's ready to go on Lotus now.
We need the comeback king on the Lotus.
Yeah.
Best of luck. Thank you.
They have earned this reputation of being able to come back in many situations, but Billy's Lotus is pretty good.
RRQ play too much retake there. Betul, makanya strategi retake itu.
At the same time for BLG, we heard it from the coach himself. Flawless in their region. They've played against so many different things. The Lotus for them is a comfort, and coming into this tournament is a very good map to have on your pocket.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It is interesting on the other side for RRQ because they
mungkin
only
keringetan
played
mulu
Lotus
loh.
once in stage 2, but that was against Paper X, where they actually got the win against them playing this
Lah, Regional Edgar. Anjir, mirip banget sama Regional, Cok.
Even despite beating the team who's looking like the best in the world right now on that map, I still think the gap in experience and in playtime may still show, and I definitely favor Billy going into Lotus.
Yeah, and it looks like, what do we make of AJAZZ select? Because for RRQ is exactly what we expected.
Yeah, I think something that you were saying, so we see no surprises. Something that
RRQ basic com banget lagi, kayak default comnya Lotus dari semua tim anjir. Double smoker, Fate, Race, Yoru, aduh ini default com banget anjir. Mampus lu, 66,7% lawan 45,5%. Alamak, ibu tolong aku ibu.
It does not start planting the spike and whatnot. And most importantly, YB, he's on race. I'm happy.
He's so good at that, Agent. This is going to be a bit slower than the first map of the series for Billy, but it's going to give time for Rusha to
Iya, itu anggap aja BT map 2 lah, lupa gua ganti. Map 2.
And you don't want your year to end like this. RRQ, they have to win Brandon Sideshow if they want to keep their champ streams alive.
Certainly do. It will be completely disappointing for themselves, I think, to go out in this kind of fashion. They're a team that have had a lot of resilience, honestly. They have this reputation, I think, when they play regionally, Josh, as well, for being this team that can dig deep, do these lower bracket runs. But there's no better time to prove it than right here and right now.
Yeah, they got the reverse sweep in the lower bracket final, comebacks in tons of maps. But they just went limp on Sunset and couldn't figure out how to run their own comp on the attack.
See how this one goes. Looked like it was almost gearing up for a brawl, but slow again is the call for Billy.
They were loving those contact plays on the attack side of Sunset, weren't
they? Retake ya? Iya.
From here, Leviesto caught out into the open. Overextended, really, just trying to take that raw aim duel. Not expecting there to be that much pushback, but YC straight over the top now, and the rest of his team can barrel in behind him. Crazy Guy trying to supplement it. A bit of spam into the smokes, and it does get the job done. YC dropped down, but Neff slipped the net.
And now, yeah, Billy just need to pause and let Neff cook right now because they're in a player disadvantage spot. If they lose players here at Blue Room, he's not going to be able to do anything about it.
Rusha over
nice.
Trying to make something happen. Neff being added into play, but it leaves it just down to him and K-Knight. RRQ, though, much better start in
nice.
Making sure to really contain all sorts of avenues. Door opens up, points him exactly to where K-Knight would be playing.
Nice.
So a pistol round win for RRQ. Much better beginnings.
Yeah, a great start. It is important to highlight that Billy won both pistols on Sunset.
Jemkin kedip mulu dah. Gatal apa gimana sih matanya? Apa dia ada kondisi? Tapi ada orang yang kondisinya kayak gitu sih. Sering begini. Jemkin gue lihat sering banget mata kanannya ya kedip loh. Kayak ada kayaknya dia ada masalah deh sama matanya deh. Anjir hebat banget ada masalah sama mata jadi pro player tapi cok. Gue yang mata gue normal jadi diperoblok-oblok gue. Cacingan ajib. Masa iya bell spells itu apa, Fit? Kondisi apa itu?
Billy gonna hope for a free plant. Bit of spam off onto the side, but they do get it down. Really making sure that they're ingrained up towards heaven. Jemkin pops out, no scope. That's a bullet to the chest. YZ's drop. Sees the rebounds. Does miss most of this one, but again, that paranoia does sweep through. Get the blind on point, and shots on point here for Monyet.
Hayulu.
Don't let anything slip away from them.
And Monyet focusing on building up the showstopper somewhat early on, still 3
kedut
away. We're doing an alright job.
Hari-hari no scope.
Billy play pretty standard comp here, right? They're playing a comp that you'll see across tons of different teams in VCT.
Seperti biasa, map 2 baru panas. Lu jangan ke-jigs. Ini masih pistol round. Di sini baru dikasih lihat nih full power.
And they reckon they're
Jangan
ready for
sedang
RRQ's
dulu dah
gonna
kata
arrive.
gua mah.
There's so little tape actually on RRQ.
Yeah, there's not much.
They
Grand
never,
finals, basically.
yeah, they
Stage 2.
never really liked playing Lotus, and then they were forced to play it, brought it out, and won.
See what the bonus looks like here for RRQ. Delayed refight of A-Rebels. Looks like what they're trying to cook, but the Prowler doesn't catch any contact, so definitely makes them think, okay, well, this is landing in a different direction. Billy on the other side of things, over towards B.
I do like the B default from Billy. You can go down here with the Vice Flash and a Prowler, open the door and take mount control pretty cheaply. Door opens, that would force the teleport away from Jemkin if he had been playing over on this side of the map.
Great shot, just about missing. Bullets are going wide on either side.
And now the only part that the defenders control is where Crazy Guy is posted up.
Oh, what a shot by YZ.
That's
head
an
ripped
opener.
off. Yeah, it definitely is. Listen, Xtreem only really working with a Marshall, but it's smoking in your face, and looks like Billy we're contemplating it, looking to maybe explode out. But backing away, open the door, taking it slow again. 40 seconds left. With a pace like this, they do have to end seed, looking to see if they can pull
Coba panas
players
tapi
away.
ujungnya
Yeah,
kalah.
the problem is they're not really
Iya
pushing
sih.
away Crazy Guy, are they? So they
Panas,
might be trying to fake like they're
overheat
back in
dah.
this direction, but it's not going to work.
There it is. Wow, Jemkin was just hovering over his own gate crash, thinking about that perhaps. In the end, K-Knight.
Idiot.
Off Monyet. He's able to get the one though. Dips his way out of there. Crazy
Idiot.
Russia being dropped. It's evened out now, 3v3.
Peridiotan ini, cok.
Still with a weaker buy, RRQ will look to see if they can get this one done on YZ. Matters into his own hands. Forwards though, Boombot catches the contact. Still wants to take the fight, still wants to make a play for it. Catches bullets onto the craniums of either of the players and onto the flank. Everybody else can focus on. So, cleaning up, averting disaster by letting that bonus not get converted.
And a good opening pick, actually. That's what I think really does it there for Billy. This first kill, straight onto Xfero, who would normally be...
Bengong, anjir. Starvo akan make Revelation Silver.
RRQ, though, have got up to that showstopper, so Monyet, focusing early on getting the kills and getting the defuses, now has another massive tool to be able to work with. And look at this, they've taken a page out of NRG's book.
Okay.
Running the double Odin down here is
thought I
huge.
escaped it, man. It's, yeah, listen. They're ready to see some spam kills, buddy. Assuming that they know exactly where to be shooting. Doors opened up, Xfero, he's hoping he can hunt for a couple of sight lines here, but meanwhile, Billy just still opting into this front B take.
Yeah.
Open the door to clear mount.
And this time, Jemkin is going to be forced to TP away, right? And if they catch the timing on the gate crash going down, they might actually just catch Jemkin here. That's the second gate crash had to be used.
And yet, seeing a bit of presence, a few bodies. Getting down to that minute mark again. Door's going to be opening up wide. Jemkin is hard committed. He knows that player's position, just barely escaping.
But now, with under a minute on the clock, the playmaker is, or maybe the play destroyer is Monyet. Because if you try to end B here, the result is going to be flying into your face.
Stop here to hit a reload as well. Just from that Odin.
Door.
Switch onto the door, but meanwhile from B, the pressure is coming through. The Vines drop down. Monyet could make a play here. He's going to know they're all the way in, but saving that ult.
Really patient.
Yeah, very
Really
patient, man. There's 30 seconds left onto it. Rusha still needs to be cleaned up onto the flank, but he's backing himself away. Gets this one, tries to get out. He's being hunted, overstaying ever so slightly. That Odin spam as well. Might be able to get lucky on a few stray shots, but no.
Nice.
Rusha eventually found, so RRQ again can put that full attention forwards. Paranoia
Nice,
shows up,
botol.
away into blue room again. Second satchel has to be used, and straight against the back.
Okay, nice.
Is obliterated before he did the damage himself, though. Xfero trying to take the fight. Odin in hand as a 2v2.
Kelamaan lu, Jemkin.
Chaotic is the nature of it. Flash forwards, Gem contains.
Dia buta juga. Goblok.
RRQ are winning that if he doesn't get the
Belain
team
musuh.
out. Oh,
Belain diri
God.
sendiri.
What a big error from RRQ's star player. Disaster again. Billy take 2 rounds in a row and knock RRQ's economy. They invested big into this round. Double Odin. Showstopper as well. Jemkin's aim's good enough to be able to get that kill if he doesn't flash himself. Even after it got turned.
Kalau dia nggak belain diri sendiri, itu menang loh, guys.
Left to 2-2 now.
Kalau dia...
No real money here. Haunt. That's a hard committed position. Xfero has no way to get out of here. Get to punch your way through with stray shots. And he's already got the one and barely getting out. Tagged down by the bullets. Lucky to be alive.
done a great job of getting one in that spot, though.
Making it feel like he could potentially be alone, but Crazy Guy just peeks out, and surely they don't commit into this. It's a stack of bodies.
Yeah, would be mad to do so. I wonder if they recognize. Oh, they're going for a walk in.
Refi potentially as well.
See, last time it was Crazy Guy holding rubble. So with him gone, I think Billy should have an idea that Levius could accelerate a little over towards A with the Viper wall.
Drops Monyet! Sharp as anything still. Goes on either side here with the rifles in the hands of these Billy players. K9 and Neff.
Jemkin, kalau boleh tahu nih, 10 detik yang lalu teman-teman lu pada nembak Jemkin, lo ngapain? Dua teman lu perang, Monyet dapat 1 kill Jemkin. Lu liatin kardus, ada apa sih di kardus? Ada loli.
But Cushy had nothing to work with.
His name, really.
It's got to be redemption for Jemkin in this one. Are they swapping it around?
Okay.
No. Okay, just giving a Sheriff over to Cushy, which makes sense.
See how this one gets taken then. Haunt through. Flowing alongside it. Just for that Sheriff, though. There's no match for it with the Outlaw in the hand of Levius. That's a lot of damage done straight through the wall. He follows up. Not done yet. He was chomping at the bit for that kill.
And Billy still have huge ults to be able to work with. As dangerous as that looked, heading into a stacked C site. They never committed. They just baited the defenders into taking long-range duels where the rifles are slightly better. RRQ still managed to get a couple, but at the end of the day, I think Billy will be very happy with how this map is opened. It does feel a bit like the second half of Sunset.
See it in their reactions.
Oh, that's the reaction at the end of the
Jersey beli berapa? Gratis, gak beli.
That's the reaction to the Jemkin team flash.
Yeah.
Brutal, but now the economy is starting to recover. And
Ih, tumben banget 2-3 RRQ timeout. Walk the talk.
Calm some nerves, damp some frustrations.
Kamu ditelepon Pak Ape ya? Pak Ape pasti nelpon Ewok bilang, lu kalau timeout jangan kejauhan. Walk the talk. Walk the walk. Walk.
Nightfall in the hands of YZ and K9, so...
I actually think Billy have been one step ahead of them, though, today, in terms of that. I liked the way that they were game planning the ults a bit better on Sunset. I think my eyes go towards Jemkin again, because you're playing the Yoru, you're playing with the operator, and you know that they've been doing a lot of front B defaults, right?
Yeah.
You know that they're going to be walking down B and using a paranoia there, using a prowler to try to push you off the line. So while they're doing that, can you get aggro anywhere else on the map with the op? And at the moment, you're looking at his position. He does have that op. Throwing down the gate crash in a safe avenue. But he knows
oh, donat enak kan, Jos? Tapi enakan fore donat, serius lu.
That's it, a shot in the dark. The showstopper will meet his match. Jemkin is gone finished, and then for that deep TP into B. It's a lovely idea from Billy. Other end of the opposing team's timeout. They're the ones who are cooking.
Yeah, they just had that completely, didn't they? And even with the post-plant aggression, pushing back Monyet, they still have a Nightfall to work with here as well.
Yeah. And then they dissipate the vines as well on top of it. Hello.
Lu jangan bikin cewek gue jadi mau ke fore donat, Jos. Karawaci jauh nih. Cewek gua lu ngomong lebih enak fore donat merasa ter-challenge tuh. Oh, donat buat cewek gua, oh donat terbaik anjir.
They come alive in that retake.
What a hero Xtreem is there. Considering that he should have been caught dead to rights by Russia's lurk through C, Xtreem suddenly finds 2 more in the retake. Monster. He was big in clutch scenarios in Pacific. A reminder that this round
Cantangan dah turis dah. Cantangan dah turis.
Best case scenario would have been a leg shot. He actually didn't quite even manage that, but you know, even a leg shot isn't going to kill.
One enemy remaining.
Turisnya di sniper cantangan dah. Nggak usah sok marah-marah lu, sok marah-marah lu baru kalah 1 ronde lu. Sosok gebuk meja lu pikir lu Alek. Gimana perasaan kita? Kingdom. Sosok gebuk meja sih Asibal Sekia.
Very fast and loose here by Billy. This time all grouped up again. Bit all over the place in terms of the weaponry, but still enough rifles to do some serious damage. Prowler in your face.
And Levius, steel guarded, Ren.
Oh, bloody hell. It's raining lead. Steel Garden could be used to just try and offload onto this one. RRQ, here it is. Push back and away. What is your plan of action for this one? You're just going to be scurrying back and out. Flood defense immediately just dissipates. Zolv's under all that pressure. That nade, good luck. Okay, just has a TP. Crazy guy's still alive.
Jemkin's ultimate is going to be absolutely crucial for RRQ pulling off the retake.
See how this gets taken.
Volley-donat emang enak, kamu dia masih ya kalau pernah cobain. Kamu tinggal di Bandung, tidak usah kompor.
Over the pings of the presence, and now that showstopper earns up. No kill claimed. It's still being covered. Rusha still survives and fights back.
What the fuck?
1-2 punch. Heavy hitting indeed. Billy have got themselves locked up into a very nice position here. The spam coming through now. Crazy guy just trying to hold them all the way back, but he's just down to 6 HP.
Whoa.
And a dream. Jemkin sticking, and the faith is rewarded. Crazy guy.
Di Bandung dan Tasik ada Fore. Fore ada. Fore donat itu baru di Karawaci. Fore mah banyak. Mari kita ke Fore donat.
This spam as well off the back of Jemkin's ultimate was delightful. Monyet couldn't quite land the kill with his showstopper, but absolutely the hero towards the end there is Crazy Guy, who still actually had a great first half on Sunset too.
Insane work. 6 HP. You're dodging juking, you're having to dodge the bullets coming your way that are spamming onto the post plant. And he still gets it done, and it's forcing time out of Billy.
And I actually think the Billy are playing these situations like quite nicely.
Yeah.
They're playing the alt rounds well. They managed to get into good post-plant situations on round 6 and 7. But RRQ, one of the teams in this tournament that likes to play the retakes the most, you see why. Those 2 rounds, yeah, they required a bit of a hero play from Xtreem.
Saya bawa Auraflow tapi pernah cobain Fore donat.
Ideas are there, and the way that they get back into the sites is very well.
Lupanya jangan scam ya. Ya.
I don't think Billy need to overreact too much.
Lupanya jangan nge-scam loh.
Game plans have been fairly successful.
I would say, like in the macro sense as well, they've been working the map pretty well.
Yeah.
Lupanya jangan nge-scam loh.
Now when they go for the slower play there, they've been doing a good job.
And because the rounds have been close, this next one is actually an eco swing round for both teams. So despite the fact that RRQ have won 2 retakes, they lost so many players and they're buying up the ARP and buying up the Odin and that kind of stuff that actually there's a few players on RRQ that wouldn't be able to buy if they lost this round.
Sayangnya, saat ini Fore donat baru memiliki 1 gerai saja, yakni di Suprim Karawaci, Tangerang, lantai UG. Sayangnya saat ini Fore donat lu pada tinggal di Karawaci semua, apa gimana lu? Pada jangan bohong, jangan ngekomporin lu ya. Gua tabok lu, ngekompor-komporin lu. Enak. Lu pada baru tau Fore donat di streaming ini. Si paling aku pada cobain loh, tapi aku tinggalnya di Zimbabwe.
Front B in case Billy were doing their B default.
Swing into this. Oh my goodness, ADS up. Levius lucky to get a 1 there. Jemkin. Caught onto the corner. Just as the Prowler was connecting.
Now that's a shot.
Player advantage for them. RRQ. Billy are no slouches. Able to find a way through most of the time. This angle unanticipated, yet still Jemkin adjusts.
Alhamdulillah Jemkin berhasil TP.
And he's starting to find some really big value with this op.
Yeah, it's surgical. Nade rebounds in through the back, looking to flood in and try and take some of the space away from them, but Billy still trying to fight back again. This Seas does connect at least onto Jemkin, but again, eventually whittling down the rest of these players. Sharp from Jemkin. That's real nice stuff.
Kakak saya bawain dari dinas kalau gitu, ada Justipnya juga.
I haven't yet seen a game at a global event where Jemkin takes over, and I'm surprised by
that. Kita coba. Yaudah, kita ke Karawaci nanti ya. Kita ke Karawaci nanti ya sayang ya. Kita cobain ya Fore donat ya.
That's not just my old man eyes, right?
No.
Oh main Sol bang, kok ada Phantom Wallet? Dulu gue main Sol, belum gua install aja itu. Dulu kan gue main ini, main apa? Apa sih art itu? Lupa gue namanya. Main kripto per art-artan scam it lah.
They've got a chance to open the door.
Trying to brute force and push him off and away from this one. There's a smoke in his face. Door opens. Monyet looking to try and take this fight, rebounding with it. And again, that gun's off and towards the back of it. Crazy guy and Cushy.
NFT, bukan NGT. Apa NGT? Got talent.
Might have heard the TP. Might really be anticipating they could be making a go for this. Somebody hears him. Down into the back of water. Out of shorties out as well.
Jemkin goblok. Baru gue mau puji Jemkin ganteng pisan. Jadi goblok. Enggak, gua agak bingung deh. Jemkin udah ngebunuh 2 di C sendirian ya. Terus dikasih info masih ada orang. Kenapa lu pada kagak ada yang bantu jagain Jemkin nge-cover? Semuanya Jemkin dilepas ya. Ya, apakah Jemkin bilang di close, jangan ada yang kesini teman-teman, jangan ada yang kesini, biarkan aku mensolo mereka semua. Apa gimana tuh komen saya tuh?
Love that adjustment from RRQ, and now they're anticipating because it worked so well that Bilibili are going to change things up, and again they've read it right.
This is an all-in fight as well.
Orang farming dia.
Util in the hands though, Crazy Guy's not ready for that one still. Smokes, walls on top of each other. As it fades away, Munyet's going to be asked to deliver and he just can't quite keep up. Left forward again.
Halo Pio.
TP from him, holding a lot of this deep A space. Cushy was contemplating.
Udah sembuh kah Konep? Dengan suara seperti ini, aku udah sembuh belum? Tentu saja belum.
If they can find a free site, Russia's ult will almost certainly win them the attack round.
Going to heaven. That's with a TP. He's going to clear most of the way into B.
But B is not clear.
Not quite. It's still just that barrel betrayed by it. Jimkin still gets the one, but the trades are pretty picture perfect. Neff, he's on for an ace.
What?
Into that 1v1 now, and it's a mad
What the fuck just happened, bro? Kushi? Gua kasih tau sama lu? Kalau lu kalah 1v1, full health, full armor, lawan Neff yang sisa 1 HP, lu tembak dia dimanapun, dia mati, lu pakai Vandal. Lu tembak dia di kakinya pun mati dia. Enggak sih, badan sih. Lu goblok. Lu lihat. Astagfirullahaladzim. Astagfirullahaladzim.
By anything at all in terms of the bullets, just asserts himself, dominates the angle, peeks out, but it's Cushy who rips his head clean off.
Ace denied. Neff still smiles. But a big clash over here towards Rubble that went fairly even between both teams. Crucially though, Rusia
Pistachio Core.
Xtreem managed to pick him off.
Kita atur waktu, kita ke Karawaci, oke?
Keep looking, bro.
Monyet, goblok.
They're enjoying themselves out there.
Goblok.
That's a good sign.
Lu kalah 1-0.
I mean, why would
So berdiri lu monyet. Bener monyet. Dah. Udah kayak abis menang 1-0 aja lu, orang tadi aja dibantai lu tonggel lah. Amat nyet. Gua suruh makan nasi merah lu biar kurus.
Instinct from Jemkin, but he doesn't get any kills picked up as a result of it. In fact, it's full armor across the board. Half armor, I should say, at least with the money getting stretched thin on Bilibili's side. The pit drop down on top of it is going to be another layer to deal with.
I mean, Jemkin isn't in a position to use his Outlaw. He's just having to sit there with a shorty inside the Viper's pit. So, yeah, the fact that everyone on Bilibili has got light armor is not really important right now, but it will be when Jemkin repositions.
Para body shampoo. Wow.
The deep gate crash is going to be able to reinforce over towards the A side.
Iya, menang dulu baru tengil dah.
Contact signs of life, perhaps.
With Cushy getting deep information here, you know that they're looking to end towards B. No, that's definitely Jemkin. Yep.
Imagine kalau itu tadi bukan fake clone.
So Nightfall scatters over towards A. Pure intention of this to try and pull players over towards
Imagine.
A as well.
And also, see if anyone's holding that deep info.
Gara-gara ada search party, kagak gara-gara kata Pape. IG dia di spam DM kalian katanya. Sama di lihat story gua.
Flashed up momentarily, blinded up here, has to try and take this fight against them. Overwhelmed by the presence, out through into B. What a shot!
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Levy is perfect, but he insert. Get that backstab online. It's the round win for Bilibili. That's Cushy and Jemkin can do something monstrous, and they might be handed a couple of freebies.
Udah coba Better Baby, katanya pistasinya enak. Udah, gua mainnya sudah cobain Better Baby dan tidak enak. Tidak worth it. Harga donatnya 30.000 coy. 30.000 harga donatnya anjir. Waduh, di ewe dah Jemkin dah.
Very unlikely in terms of the positions. K9, first one to peak, first way to claim that life. 7-4 now, Bilibili. One away from a real respectable half.
Yeah. Yeah, if they can get the final one, it'll be a bit of a difference maker. RRQ, I think, misplayed the macro there a bit, though. I like the fact that they had locked off C with the Viper's Pit, but you know that it's ending over towards B in that spot. And the fact that the Fade ult came out over towards Rubble, I think just scrambled their brains. They thought, oh wait, maybe we've got it wrong and it is going over towards A. And Monyak got caught in a position where he's more looking to defend the A hit rather than putting himself in a spot where he won't get punished by B utility. Billy go back over towards A. Russia has not had a chance to really use this pit in a round where it'll find impact, but it's still a big win con for them.
Oh my god, Weiss is just sending it. It's a showstopper here.
How much space can he make for Russia?
Listen, they know that Tree is going to be contained. There was that Odin spam from it prior, but he's just sending it into the back of the site. Next Pharaoh is going to be done. Finished off there, trying to take that fight from them. And you're going to be rebounding in a Viper's Pit to play in as well. This is a really hard retake to be taking. RRQ though have the tools to try and clear this one up. Jemkin.
Masalahnya tuh ya, ini tuh RRQ tuh defend guys. Kita belum tahu nih RRQ attackernya kayak gimana nih masalahnya nih. V4 nih. Ya Allah, dibokong. Ya Allah.
And another chance for the ace to redeem himself here into this 1v1. Him versus Cushy. Knows he's sticking it. The perfect time to strike is die! And there's an ace. Previously denied, but not for now.
What an end to the half from Neff. We already called such a good game on Sunset. And
kita semua lihat apa yang terjadi. Bukannya stop setelah dia diffuse setengah, bukannya stop pas dia diffuse setengah, dia lewat dari setengah dikit terus dia baru sadar, kok gua ngegas ya, gua stop dulu ah. Harusnya pas udah setengah lu stop. Kalau tadi pas setengah lu stop, lu masih bisa berantem. Kenapa lu sadar pas udah setengah lewat dikit? Oke. Bante. Ya, ntar kita cobain fore ya. Elah.
Sense onto RRQ. You can see Jemkin as well. One of the top performers there on the defense. That operator purchase coming in.
Pak, follow aku nge-stuck loading screen. Kenapa ya?
A lot of value done with it. But now the
kurang amal.
Look ahead, I think, is towards RRQ on that attack side because we saw so many struggles from them on the previous map on Sunset.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of the problem was that they weren't really getting Jemkin into good positions with the waylay, right? I didn't see really a single round on Sunset where there was good ideas about how to put Jemkin into the right position to feast with a stun and a dash, something like that. On this map, it's going to be the two.
Roblox,
so
ya.
Jemkin and
Itu minus berapa?
It's not so much about
0,75.
But those are the two at the top of the scoreboard for RRQ. It's generally quite an evenly shared load, though. Not like Billy with Neff pulling out almost back-to-back aces.
Sure. Here we see it. Bit of a setup here to catch that contact. Russia has been sitting up near the bottom of the scoreboard in this map here, but he does his job, just spots the signs of life. RRQ don't want to opt in. Billy themselves will be putting all emphasis here onto the pistol. Levius, tight tucked here, trying to spot this one out, but again, the player's been dropping. He reveals his hand as well. That frenzy comes through, but there was no reaction from Monyet. He goes down.
Monyet.
Corner, but that reclearance is called for. It's a battle of multiple
Monyet, lu yakin banget ya di kiri ya? Yakin banget ya di kiri tuh kayak gak ada apa-apa ya? Ngecek juga belum, lu babi. Oh, gimana?
Pressing the advantage even further forwards. Blood in the water, and he's sniffing it out. K-Knight not stopped.
Astagfirullahaladzim.
The highlight, the spotting him out. Waiting for his team now. The time to strike is here. Swinging together, taking a fight forwards.
Cahya, astagfirullah.
Map that mop up at the end. K-Knight and Levius. K-Knight's aim looking really sharp.
Udah ditembak loh itu loh. Udah ditembak gak kena loh. Gak nengok dia.
Really difficult to clear
Ini
that
lagi.
close left corner when you're worried about Heaven and Blue Room. But K-Knight playing that spot way more aggressively than most people would. And against Billy, an important pistol.
Pak Le.
6-0, remember this team was. Domestically on Lotus this stage.
Looks like very much an all-in towards B. Billy reading this though, very much ready for it. They have a good setup for it. Vine's going to be popped off, slowing down the approach. YZ wants to go hunt for these kills. He's only going to be giving up the ghost, but not expecting a second play. There's a fight occurring up towards Mound. Nev with a quick cleanup. 7-7 flawless here. 4 players surviving with Billy.
And a very nice defensive setup. Fight aggro over towards Mound. If they do that B default, you can open the door and catch them from multiple sides.
Apa yang baru saja terjadi? Oh, aku tahu. Kebodohan.
This next round coming up could be everything for RRQ. Because if you think back to map 1, this is where they completely lost it. Their anti-bonus was torched, and Billy ran away with the half.
It's all in. Brute Force is called for here by RRQ. They want to try and fight towards this A rubble. Engagement, TP's across as well as blinds on either side here, but being held for that rainy day, but a straight shot into the dark does land onto the Mar target. Delayed with the util. Counters it out by Billy.
Udah by full, kalah sama yang bonus round sih, tolol. Astagfirullah.
Oh, that is nasty. From Blue Room all the way through into tree.
Okay.
But a little bit of luck, obviously, but a beautiful gift.
Potentially death from 1,000 cuts as well. This is
Nyet, offside. Astagfirullah, astagfirullah, Nyet. Kenapa lu gak berlindung di balik pilar aja sih, Nyet? Balik pilar, Nyet. Mati dah. Udah deh. Kushi, bobo deh. Padahal monyet bisa free kill tanpa harus perang.
All the way from the side, Paper X there, he's stopping this train. It's looking so damn unlikely, and it's up to the captain, it's up to John. Stinger and Hayes, opts into the fight. He's got a bullet supplement, he's got to run it down, he's a full stack.
What a start.
And there is enough time for it. Circle shrinking, K-Knight takes over.
He gets the Red Bull clutch towards the end.
You're not that guy, bro. You're not that guy.
So much of that is just based on the fact that he has good information about where that second player is. He's able to go and pick off Monyet. I mean, Monyet did
bonus round aja kalah.
Getting both of the players on the flank, but once K-Knight gets it down into a 1v1, it is so winnable for him. And it's disaster striking the RRQ camp again. Same kind of setup. I mean, not a thrown round, but just a big clutch.
The bonus conversion here, Billy, you're in the driving seat. RRQ already a map down. It's only going to get harder from here. They're sending it flying forwards here. Full disrespect over towards A. Meanwhile, deep flank push of Billy. They're getting constant information. Bruce's job really left to contain alongside K-Knight. It's going to be that Nightfall. Good catch. Multiple players here. Prowler into the back as well. Double swing is there. At least with that kill, Xfero now has to do a lot from that spot. Still cleaned up and traded. In for that 1v1, but Cushy is delivering with these sheriff shots. Brought it into a 2v3. Plan finally getting down. Nightfall even being committed. They do not want to lose grip of this. The round has been gifted for them. Tight close quarters here with a stinger in the hands of Monyet. That is where it thrives, and left it down just to YZ. He can only do so much there. The master card thrifty.
Itu hoki itu. Itu hoki sheriffnya lagi tajam. Hoki aiming sheriffnya lagi tajam.
Better time to pull out a round like that. On Sunset, it was, I don't know, 6-7 in a row that Billy just ran away with. Here, at least the answer comes earlier on. Off the back of some sick sheriff shots. And Monyet won from the showstopper. Billy's economy, the credit crunched, wallet squeezed, 2 Guardians and a Bulldog coming out to play.
Hoki. Nggak, itu gue bukan gimmick, beneran hoki itu.
RRQ actually going for this one again. Only going to be broken here, but players are lying in wait behind this wall. Could get bloody very quickly.
Jemkin, though, feeding them decent information that there's still quite a few players here, and Crazy Guy just leading the pack over towards C. Looking to try to play for an easier ult-or, perhaps, for Monyet.
A lot of action being heard and contained here. Jemkin does. Game Crash going to be fading, but
Showstopper.
And working towards his C site as that Showstopper in the back pocket. Thorn's going to be deaded nice and early just from that util that's sent flying, but listen, Monyet will just want to disrespect it. Might be able to hear the scurry of the footsteps, but that's
Masuk, Nyet!
Out.
Oh, Astaghfirullahaladzim.
Play the retake here.
And they still actually have a ton of utility to be able to play in post plants, right? They have the Paranoia, C's.
Sure, trying to take this fight up here. That's a lot of damage! Straight through the wall, Rusha connects straight onto the cranium. Monyet dropped. Util in spades, potentially to push them back, but they need some kills, and Cushy will answer. Snake Bite, trying to delay the inevitable of this retake coming through, but it's a deep TP of Neff. Cuts it up close now onto the site, creates a lot of uncertainty. This could be still anyone's game. Haunt up and over towards the top, swinging a peek, but that rifle aim immaculate. Good transfer in the end, and the gunplay reigns supreme on top for RRQ.
Nice smoke itu. Nice smoke, nice defense. Nice.
Simple round, but well called there by Crazy Guy. Little bit of a false skirmish over towards A. Leave Jemkin to feed you info.
Untung Bushi dapat Rusia loh itu.
A free sight. And a lot of utility saved to be able to play the post plant. I was slightly concerned because Jemkin was watching flank with 2 flashes. But the Paranoia of the Seas, all of the other utility ended up working out for RRQ to hold back the Bilibili retake. And especially when Bilibili didn't actually have perfect weaponry. You know, playing a lot with the Guardians, Bulldog, that kind of thing. And now Bilibili's economy is shattered. And this is where RRQ can start stretching out a lead. They had a narrow one coming into the half. But now they should be able to put something together as long as a Thrifty doesn't come out straight out the back of another tag timeout.
Tension mounting though. It's always been there for RRQ. Felt like they've been on the back foot ever since the second half of Sunset. But for Bilibili, when you have a winning moment, when you have that momentum, really, you just you want to stamp on it. You know, you want to try and close out the series quickly as you possibly can. This is them losing grip. Timeout. Looking to correct that.
Kenapa dia kayak kejang-kejang gitu sih?
Timeouts based on the next rifle round. So the next round we're going into.
Kenapa dia kayak kejang-kejang gitu sih? Tadi kayak.
They're not going to have the best weaponry. The Bilibili will come up with some kind of idea here, but look at the ult status. 2 away for YZ, 2 away for Rusia, 2 away for Levius. They're very close to getting some massive defensive ults online that could allow them to play a bit more evenly in the next rifle round. Even if RRQ can dodge a Thrifty here, things are still going to be difficult to pull madly away into the lead.
TP up top. Spot the orb in case somebody pushes up, presses up, tries to gain control of it.
Ya Allah. Rusia lu nembak apa, Rusia?
Cautious start here for RRQ. They don't want to be running into some kind of big push out on defense for Bilibili. Thinking about the fact that Bale will have probably given them some level of set strat for the Thrifty.
You're concerned about a trap play potentially there, but Jemkin, okay. Or he's adverted. Vacuums up the orb. Backs himself out here. No real map control here for RRQ.
No, they're trying to play together in a big pack, right? Yeah. But that also means that they're not really like leaving an insert, giving themselves options.
Over caution against Thrifties.
It can sometimes be really bad.
Opened here by YZ, just scuttling away. It's posturing from him, trying to make it seem like there's a much bigger presence over towards here, hoping to push them into the C players.
So it's looking to be an A fake and a B finish, is what Crazy Guy's concocted.
30 seconds left.
Here it is, sending it flying forwards here. There's potential of a timing here. YZ does reveal his hand with that boom bot and sending it flying forwards into the B site. Slowed down for a moment. There's a timing trying to get caught. YZ though just catches a bullet to the head. Good
Bagus.
Top. Stops as the push past. Barely enough time to work with, but enough for the plant. K9 does have a rifle to try and make usage of. What a shot
nice
by
flick.
It's been lights out so far this entire series, but he's looking to do a little bit more damage on top of it.
It's just a big win generally for Levius to get that 1 kill, because that means he's now going to have his ult for the next round. Keeping track of YZ and Rushia, they weren't able to get that, so still 1 away. But at least having the Steel Garden to rely on in the next rifle round is going to be huge for Billy.
So Levius is going to be looking to go down one of the players, potentially bring them down with him, but that's an ult earn for the next round. Thinking of a long con. He didn't pick up the gun. He was looking for the rifle. Oh dear. Uh-oh.
All good.
No, good, mate. Not all good. Oh, that's a rough one. It's a rough one. But still,
but doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, silver linings, ult turns up for the next.
Exactly, yeah. Still, with a good idea on the big picture, Levius goes in and tries to take the fight. And they've still got money to be able to buy rifles, so it doesn't matter too much that Neff went down towards the end. This next round, though, it's a must-win for Billy. And I think that puts quite a lot of...
Ada fans RRQ gak sih di Paris? Yang dukung RRQ bukan fans RRQ lah, yang kedukung lah, ada gak sih? Kita yang nonton.
It could spell your doom.
Could be danger. Overwhelming util. No real pushback. It's a retake setup here with the thorns all over towards A. Rushia. I'm committed onto this action.
Waduh, bahaya banget ini.
Might spot him. Indeed, it does. A bit of spam on either side wouldn't go amiss here. The C's connect.
Nice. Untung aja kena util, anjir, kena util.
Trying to go fast and loose through, but that paranoia will force him to respect.
They didn't use the Steel Garden, Brad. They just took the fight.
It might be backfiring on them massively now because you're retaking into the pit. No big ults.
Okay, nice ult, nice ult.
YZ does have the shot. But do you still want to go for this one with a player disadvantage? There's no guarantees you'll win it into the pit. You need potentially another kill. Flip the switch.
Malam, perhaps.
Racing guy's position though. Ingrained into this spot as well. Good movement as well.
Nice move.
Sending the crosshair placement of K9 flying forwards to the side. YZ does claim one.
Kushi, jangan Kushi. Gua tau lu greget banget tapi jangan Kushi.
And also, your economy's destroyed in this spot if you lose all of these rifles. It already is going to be pretty horrible. Now, Rushia came into this round.
Nice.
He's got 50 credits now, right? You can see it on the right-hand side of your screen. He couldn't afford a snake bite. So he's holding with his wall over towards tree.
Nice.
And he doesn't have one of his prime tools to be able to lock down space like that. And then when he falls,
Global, tapi gak jadi saya diajakin ngopi. Oke, siap.
Instead of popping his ultimate,
siap, gerak.
Steel Garden come out quite a bit earlier for them to try to reinforce that position, but they went down too easy. And part of that was the economy problem that's going to haunt them again here. I mean, look at Rushia's buy again. He doesn't have Snakebite once more. I mean, this is one of your major defensive tools to work with, and he's not investing into it. They also don't have a seize. I mean, it's bad times out there for Billy.
Counter spam, Guardian. Hey, now almost getting lucky with a couple of these shots. There's a lot of damage on the crazy guy.
Radiator 1000 per detik. Iya, Rakasa 1000 per detik.
Jemkin just looking to absorb the pressure. We've seen this one before. There's a gate crash, of course, to escape, but might be taking a fight that he didn't really ask.
Nice banget itu Xvero.
Multiple other areas.
Bagus teh botol.
Those two players by Blue Room were begging Jemkin to peek, and instead he goes for a shallow swing and gets the pick instead. Over towards stairs. A nightmare start for Billy.
Di belakang, gue pikir lewat dari pundukan tadi.
Levius picks up the gun. Backs himself out here. Paranoia not able to be sidestepped. Forced to respect it, forced to back out, but they need a hero and they need a play right here.
Nice, Kushi.
Quite landed. As calm as he was with the shots.
Nice one. Saving lagi kah? Oh iya, saving lagi mereka.
Dribbling into this next engagement, this next fight, but
ayo lu.
Keep these guns at this point. Your economy is in tatters.
Oh enggak lu, mereka nggak saving lu. Dicoba lu anjir.
While making a play towards it. Winning this fight out.
Nice.
Eventually overwhelmed.
Nice.
12 to 8 RRQ.
Good shit. Wih. Gila, RRQ menang di Lotus, guys. Oh, ini emang konsepnya sama kayak kemarin. Kalah di Mapik ya. Iya, kalah di Mapik. Oke, siap. Kalah di Mapik. Iya. Bagus ini.
5 rounds in a row for RRQ. The fans are happy.
Why
wouldn't they be?
Itu mereka force buy loh, sebelah tuh. BLG force buy itu, lu lihat tuh. Mereka ada yang gak beli util itu, force buy itu. Dia sudah dapat rencana ewok. Waduh, Xvero, what the fuck are you doing? Crazy guy fighting. Lumayan lah ya. Puji Tuhan ada yang dukung. Kalau nggak set juga aja ada yang dukung, Cok.
He's going to have to be a hero here. He's going to have to be the one to stand up close quarters towards it.
So early.
Nightfall sent flying forwards. Not catching on to too many here.
Wah, ini kalau mati semua seru banget ini. Ini sebenarnya BLG agak salah nih. BLG agak salah tuh ngopo satu arah gitu tuh. Mampus lu sama monyet lu. Wah, enak banget, mampus. Goblok. Tim goblok. Ayo nyet. Astagfirullahaladzim. Nice. Nice ace. Monyet.
He had to be a hero and he stepped up immaculately. What a finish there at the end for Monyet.
Yang lain tolol. Yang lain tolol. Monyet. Nice banget, bro.
Game changers. It's about competition, pure happiness. It's like a crazy experience. We're making history. It means so much to us. It's good to be back. I guess I know what I've been looking for, success. The beauty of gaming is it doesn't matter who you are.
Akhirnya ada ace.
Everybody's gonna get more game. I can go as far as I want. That's what I like to see, baby.
Map 3 abis, guys. Let's go, guys. We got this, guys. We got this, boys. Ditutup dengan ace. Gokil. Apa tuh? Oh, tahi anjir. Kita lihat. Nah, gitu dong Bang Monyet. Beuh, ganteng pisan anjay. 284. Gox. Yeah, aku dapat 32 poin. Poinku sekarang berapa? Poinku sekarang 116, 34 lagi. Yeah. Map terakhir apa? Pearl ya tadi ya? Apa sih map terakhir? Lotus ya? Bukan Lotus. Apa tadi? Aja kan di sini ada ya. Abyss. Pearl mah dimasukin di rotasi. Gila, ganteng pisan Bang Monyet. Map terakhir nih, map 3 nih. Hai RRQ. Biar aku bisa nonton kamu lagi. Yuk. Kalau RRQ menang lawan Aspas. Ini kapan? September 22. Lusa RRQ main lagi. Oke. Yuk menang yuk lawan Aspas gitu. Seenggaknya kalahnya lawan Aspas lah. Masih ada. Jangan kalah sih. Kalau bisa mah jangan kalah. Tapi sebenarnya kalau kalah lawan Aspas tuh masih bagus lah. Kalau kalah lawan YouTube-nya Cina sih agak sedikit sedih ya Pak Ape ya. Kemarin United lawan Chelsea siapa yang menang, guys? Manchester United versus Chelsea. Siapa yang menang kemarin? Oh, belum ya? Oh, hari ini ya? Oh, setengah 12 hari ini ya. Anjay, Garnacho di mana gak Garnacho? Ada Garnacho gak? Garnacho balik di Stanford. Asik. Udah buka betting? Udah buka kok.
Like it was gonna be a 2-0 for Bilibili.
Which team will be eliminated from tournament? Bilibili lah.
Bilibili, I think,
with most skill.
made a lot of mistakes that they're gonna want to have back, but RRQ channeled some excellent form, ran over on that attacking side, and now we go all the way.
Maybe got a little bit too confident that things were working out for Bilibili. At the end, we were seeing them even being more aggressive too, even though they were on the defense. If the defense is not working, I guess go back to attack and just be more aggressive. But at the end of the day, it's this kind of rounds that make the game.
Yeah, this was the eco for RRQ that absolutely swung things back. You see that Bilibili even investing an ultimate here, but RRQ just showed some great work with the Sheriff. Xtreem.
Beli aku dicuekin gitu. Aku beli stretching. Oh, aku nggak lihat. Oke. Stretching dulu.
And once they won this round, they just snowballed this on through, started getting the ults online, and found
stretching dulu.
always winning this fight towards A, and oftentimes getting a pick there as well, and just turning it into A hit after A hit.
Yeah, to me, first and foremost, this was very enjoyable to watch. Like, there were some rounds that just the individual level and the brilliance, Nev having that ace, having that almost ace, those 1v1s, the last round with Monia, that was insane with all of those ultimates. Like, the quality was there, and definitely it was peaking, and it was RRQ going back into the game.
For Bilibili, though, there were just some mistakes that, had they not made them, had it been just a little bit cleaner, maybe this could have been a 2-0.
Yeah, it really could have. And you look at some of these openers, this is all the way back on their attack side, which I think these are more...
Anjir, gak ada yang komen. Gak ada yang komentarin gua flexing Corneval. Fuck man, gagal.
Think of the round where they have Vi's ult and then are fighting through the revolving door, lose that ult without being able to... lose the player who has it without being able to use the ult whatsoever, and then lose that round as well. I think BLG got a little overconfident after that win, and we're taking some... too many liberties on defense.
But I love to see how some of they were RRQ were using the double duelist. We saw the value that Devin was bringing with that operator in the first half, and in the second one, it was more a little bit about Monia. And
Pikirnya Corneval atau RRQ Corneval? Wih, RRQ Corneval lah bro. Lu gak lihat ini udah ada nama di belakang gini bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if you had a good operator, it can make.
Tapi ini jersey-nya bagus sih. Ini jersey bagus ini. Kualitas jersey-nya bagus.
How are you going to deal with it? Yes, it's not the most amazing numbers, but you could definitely.
Cuma gua bukan yang gak ada logo VCT-nya di sini tuh lihat gak? Ada logo piala VCT kan di yang Jemkin pakai. Gua gak ada. Gua RRQ doang. Jadi gua gak tahu ini sebenarnya jersey apa, gua gak tahu guys. Yang penting di bordir nama gua aja gua udah terima kasih lah. Jangan cuma gua yang punya, asik.
And what is Bilibili going to be playing? And that's
on
the
a
bigger
Harbor.
question.
Surely Harbor.
You think so? You think they're running it back?
Harga jersey 500 kak lebih ini.
So good. He's one of like 2 people that I actually like.
Itu jersey hanya ada satu. Iya. Gua doang yang punya nih. Keren dah. Kayaknya sih gua doang sih ini eksklusif. Thank you Pape.
Hoping for more from Russia.
Yeah, I mean, Abyss, I keep mentioning it, I keep bringing it up, that is going to be the third map. And that is where I think if Russia has a good game on that harbor, they
jersey brand ambassador eh.
And this is where RRQ are at their weakest when they have to go up against a team that they do not know what they're going to play.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. So I think that this is, just because of what you just said, this is a good way to end things on, right? The pressure is going to be on. Is Bilibili really going to have an edge? We speak about them not having the reps and the other team not having the votes, but as I said, they don't have the reps. We do not know what they're going to bring, and they definitely have not tested it yet.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really tough here. Both these teams coming in with really high expectations. People thought Bilibili, after winning in CN, was going to be a team to be competing for the top 6, top 4, deeper into playoffs. But now fighting for their life here against a team that is, well, you know, they already had their big disappointment when they went out first round in Toronto. Now, if they can win here, if they can stay alive, it's RRQ's chance to kind of have their own redemption.
To win their first match in a global event.
And get rid of this Bilibili team in what would be a really sad way to go out for them.
I think also for RRQ, we saw it. We were bumping in with all of their reactions. It's not about the streams and whatnot. It's more about how they were living this last match. Do not forget, it was insanely close, but every single time that they won a round, the confidence was there. They were enjoying it, and that's probably one of the reasons why they got the victory.
Here it is.
Yeah, let's take a look. Russia's gonna play the Harbor. I am so happy.
The biggest thing I'm looking at here, when we have RRQ on defense, how does Jemkin navigate around the Harbor?
Apa ini?
That's a weird comp to play into. I think it makes your life very
Rusia pakai
hard to
Harbor
get
ya.
Harbor, and you have to point
Menarik.
to Jemkin as a win condition.
Interesting.
He does have that off in hand.
You have to punch to Jemkin. What about
Jemkin lawan Wazi?
About the Euro, because he plays a lot of Neon, he plays a lot of. It's a little bit of Euro here and there.
Okay.
But is he going to be able to match up? Is Neff going to be playing the operator like he was doing in Sunset?
It's going to be hard to say for YZ here. He won't have a lot of util to actually support just that Sova.
Double initiator melawan double smoker.
More difficult than
Ngebul abis.
Neon like map 1, and he has all of these resources put into him. And have to be a little bit
Itu jersey divisi HOK kah? Agak tahu gua, Chris. RRQ jersey-nya banyak banget, jadi aku gak tahu ini jersey edisi yang mana.
What did you make of their attacks like last time we saw her on Abyss?
Well, the attack is fine. It's the defense that I would have liked to see a little bit more. But
that's kind of the thing with the Abyss.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did get to see a little bit of that. I want them especially with. I think that we got a perfect example with an NRG, right? Played the Harbor here on Abyss. And it was an absolute menace on mid. It helps you control the zones a lot more. So I want to see.
Ada VCT-nya udah pasti Valo. Ada sih. Cuma kok beda gitu loh. Beda guys. VCT-nya cuma di sini doang. Tapi di sininya nggak ada. Aduh, goyang aja. Di sininya kagak ada. Ini kayak gue bingung nih jersey apa sebenarnya yang dikasih sama gue. Jersey-nya kurang XXL. XL. Jersey-nya RRQ oversize soalnya, jadi gue XL.
With everything on the line, if they don't win here, Brandon Saisha, they will be eliminated from challenge.
Halah mau pamer. Tadi gue pamer, kalau tadi sebelumnya tuh gue pamer tuh, pas gue stretching gue pamer, kagak ada yang komen. Sekarang gue beneran nunjukin logo VCT, dibilangnya pamer, emang babi kali ya.
Raring to go. We've seen that bounce back of RRQ, Billy themselves as well. Massive resurgence in terms of the form that they had compared to the first game that they played in the tournament. But now we get to see it culminate in this.
Bagus suara yang itu kok. Gue lebih suka ini dipakai sama RRQ sekarang. Kalau gue ya, gue lebih suka ini pakai RRQ sekarang. Gue lebih suka warna hitam saja ya. Ini tuh warnanya ngejreng banget, bos. Set. Begitu logo RRQ-nya kan putih ya. Kalau ini pakai sama mereka tuh RRQ-nya kuning, kayak logo beneran. Tapi either way karena ini gratis tetap gue suka. Bahannya sangat premium, bahannya sangat premium. Ini bisa dipakai buat olahraga guys, real.
I am really interested to see how this composition clashes. We've already seen RRQ play on Abyss. From what we saw from them, they got onto sites fairly easily because Fnatic were playing retake setups, but they were very aggressive in the post plant, and I like that from them.
Sponsor Predator cuma di jersey Valo yang di dada kanan dia. Oh, Predator cuma ada di Valo. Kenapa gitu? Macam mau sponsorin Valo mereka agak full.
Trying to get his confidence back up.
Minta Pape lagi, bisa kata Pape minta mulu lu.
Central player, and he's gone for the sheriff purchase.
Yeah, that's
outside YZ, long range fight.
An unusual one because normally you want the cascade for mid control, the cove for the diffuse.
Kita lihat RRQ di Abyss.
Unleashed here, early days yet, but a bit of presence. Stray shots.
Hey,
ow! Fight that one out here by YZ. Straight down mid.
Yeah.
It's going to be broken though. Jemkin just making sure to contact up most of the way here. And RRQ don't want to overstep themselves. Already losing a player. Looking to recontain up a bit of mid control. The timing. Caught on either side. Respected by
Predator kan laptop jadi cuma Valo aja. Oh bener juga ya. Yang lainnya kan mobile.
As of RRQ over towards B. They're not behind this high tide. But Billy have actually locked themselves off from getting much more information. This could be a B re-hit. Only now does the harbor wall drop, but Billy have been proactive about this, looking to rotate, seeing if they can be faster than the attackers.
I tie back up in about 10 seconds.
The Thorns could be important here too.
Yeah. Anything to delay, try and buy a bit of time here. Cloudburst across this one up as well. Get past that one-way dart into the back is dealt with in time. Rusha has to step up here.
Nice.
Could have been an immense amount of damage here, and he's definitely trickled
Oh, nice.
down.
Nice.
To
video.
Now getting themselves onto the side here.
Obvious.
Two of the big players.
Untung gak jadi plan anjir. Untung gak jadi plan, cok.
Try and pull them out wide. RRQ trying to play this one towards that backside control.
Waduh. Jamkin, jangan Jamkin. No, Jamkin. Jamkin, no.
For the right timing here. Flashes in your face until there. That's a good connection.
Aduh, Jamkin, why, man? Lu low. Lu off angle aja. Kenapa lu harus agresif? Lu low. You ada fucking low lah. You fucking low. You have a fucking 4-ray health. You just fucking defense properly lah. Ya, ciao di mana?
Jemkin hits a couple nice shots there, but this duel secures the round and sets Billy up again. They've won the majority of the pistols in this match, but they were even on Lotus, the map that they lost. A Bucky from Neff, of all things, on such a large map.
It's really bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be holding close to chokes, inside his smokes, probably. It's not a great weapon for versatility across Abyss.
Heavy setup though.
Nice.
Broken here. Livius just jiggling one way into your face. Still will be forced to respect it, and I thought broken in time here. Gets a good tag. High tide across, rips its way across mid to try and buy a bit of time for the rest of the team. That's a deep TP by Munyet. Just trying to bait and really create a bit of chaos as well. RRQ are finding them way to get back into this one, into the back of the site. The smoke's obfuscating and hiding the intent. Rusha just with his share of purchase.
Nice.
Stun him there by the classic. If that didn't do it, a shock dart might have. Player advantage now, but that paranoia sweeps.
Tipis aja.
Hold this one down. Collecting the kills at the end.
Gak apa-apa. Round mahal.
With the Bucky coming through towards the end.
Could have got dicey though.
No, it really could. I think RRQ were in a position to win, but the paranoia from Neff caught onto a lot of those players over by Cliff.
Padahal kalau lagi marah kecil keluar bahasa Cina, caw di main dong kayak keluar.
I wonder if he's going to do that on a rifle round. That seems a bit too risky.
Sent it.
Yeah, they were very confident. They've done a lot of economic damage. Neff forcing up into this one.
Big walk down on mid. Cam. Broken. Forces respect out of Billy. Rusha and Neff have to back themselves out. Right against the back wall. Doesn't actually take out the drone.
I think he got broken, didn't it?
Yeah, it might have.
Quite a lot of pressure around the map here. Neff's going walkabouts again.
On a lot of these fights, you're taking it just like utility into your hand. Crazy guy, lucky he's alive there. Just backs himself out on either side, really, redrawing those battle lines.
But constant pressure coming out from Billy. And both of these teams were aggressive on Sunset, walking down mid plenty. But Neff has just been everywhere already, leaving B and rotating over towards A.
He's hyperactive.
Trying to anticipate, trying to get ahead of the calls coming out of his former teammate, Crazy Guy.
What's going on in the RRQ camp? What are they calling here?
Back over towards B.
Didn't break any util over towards A.
Crazy Guy can drone and push back Neff if he was playing close here.
He's there.
Aduh.
Should have his time to strike, but again, that great crash is going to be expiring at this point.
30 seconds
Doesn't want to overstay towards the back of the site. Another high tide as well to try and cut this one up, and it does make it difficult to chew through if you are RRQ.
Look at this position from Jemkin, though. He can see over the top of it. So if they can set him up into that spot on their attack rounds,
nice.
Yeah,
he
he's
can
ready.
Feast.
Primed, ready to pounce onto YZ. Any more peaks as well where that came from, but he needs some help.
Nice.
Rapid adjustment as well.
Nice.
He's ready for the onslaught, ready for the fight to be taken.
Nice bonus round, anjir.
Back at him. Billy not with much to work with here. Livius would be hunting and hoping for a bit of a gun, and there is one in the vicinity. He's got a rifle. They're backing themselves out here. They don't want no part of this fight. RRQ are going to be giving this round.
You had Jemkin's 2 sheriff kills in the pistol round.
Hello,
what he just did there.
Is he back?
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for it. We've been waiting for a Jemkin takeover game. He played well on Lotus, but still not up to his own high standards, I would say. It's a little
Pushy sedang kurang bagus nih, begini kacau nih.
Does remind me a little of
Pushy.
and how Now, Jemkin has not been as candid and vocal about any, you know, mental issues that he's facing. Raga's been astoundingly candid about that kind of stuff.
Very transparent.
But it does feel like there's more to get out of this guy, and if he's hitting shots like that, I mean, those were very clean taps.
It's crispy.
That's a big win condition for RRQ. On a map where we don't have too many expectations about who should even be the favorite on Abyss.
Oh, it's getting a little bit weird here for Bilibili too. In terms of rifles, only the 2 to work with.
Look at that recon dart the crazy guy threw. It only is useful in case Bilibili are pushing out B. But Nef's conditioned them to be a bit afraid of it.
K9 up towards the top there, got to be careful. Really keeping his head intact, dart up towards the top. There's a big reveal. Nef always eager. He wants to play, man. He wants it.
I'm surprised he didn't at least send one there. I think he could have caught Jemkin.
Could have been a freebie.
Udah si EWC bisa jadi.
Here it is, primed with a flash overhead.
Kalau Kushi jago artinya ARQ lagi under gitu ya. Sedih juga ya Kushi ya. Buset Kushi sih. 7 HP lo Kushi lo. Nah itu.
Could drop down into it. He tries to take that timing, and there's that gap over the wall potentially there.
Nice, kelihatan nice.
Hawkeye on top
Nice. Let's go.
And Kushi still with that big ultimate to be able to play with in the next rifle round.
Bisa yuk.
Back it up and save this Vandal. Save the full armor as well. They've got a great opportunity, RRQ, in the next round to just slam an A hit. Knives are really good on this map as well. It's a bit of a weird one because, I mean, Knives are always a good ult, the Blade Storm for the Jet, but on this map you can get, you know, out across the map somewhere. You updraft literally above the Abyss and you can get some crazy A execs going. So Aspas tried to do a B retake, throwing himself off the map as well. That was a bit bizarre, but you combo it with a KO ult and RRQ could put something really nice together on the A side here. Pressure's going to be back on Bilibili. And this, we are expecting it to be an attack-sided map. That's how Abyss usually plays out. And take a look what the defense is cooking here.
Kano's got no armor.
That is bizarre.
They can buy the op for YZ.
Kalau menang nanti lawannya siapa? Lawan Aspas. MIBR kalau RRQ menang ini.
Feels like the bank is just being pressed constantly in this game so far.
Orang fanatik kayak gitu, Kushi top frag. Oh iya ya.
Leaning over towards B early on here, so not listening to me with my idea of the A exec, but they know best, honestly. Russia with a cascade, fairly deep down mid.
It's more reminiscent of what we're used to.
Yeah, Bilibili should be able to put a lot of pressure down mid.
Very tight angle to work with, but Livius has been really sharp, shooting well.
Attackers, though, droning it up. RRQ taking a lot of this space, creating presence in mid, breaking the door into A vents.
Levius.
Apakah bisa diculik oleh Levius? Tentu timing dia tidak dong. Oh, Levius dead. Wah, Levius masih hidup anjir. Nice. Nice banget. Kushi kalau gak top frag ya bot frag. There is nothing in the middle ya.
Top fragger on Lotus.
YZ left to try and play this retake, but yeah, they have no inclination to do so. Not with the operator.
You've got no hope.
Getting overwhelmed with these B pops.
And this is one of the reasons why this map does tend to be attack-sided, because you get some level of utility that's just coming down this lane outside the map, and it's so difficult to anchor on B. You know, you see Fnatic do it with the breach and the pull for the Astra. You saw Monyet do it here with the paranoia. Combo that with a KO ultimate.
Knight nge-wifu parah. Nge-wifu parah.
Take it away. They are rapidly approaching his position now. Nowhere to look at this point. No easy fight to be taken.
That's devastating for
Billy Billy. And it really is. I mean, the money
has been Miskin.
And that was the problem on Lotus too. They kind of force-bought themselves into oblivion.
Yeah.
If you remember back to the end of Lotus, there was so many rounds where even if they had guns, they weren't buying crucial pieces of utility. And already here we've seen K9 try to force that without armor.
The wave abis.
RRQ feeling a little more relaxed now that they've
Bunuh
got off to a
dia.
good beginning.
Akhirnya aku mendengar bahasa Indonesia, guys.
Timeout taken here for Billy. Hit the panic button a little
bit.
Oh,
RRQ menang, Pak. Loh.
In terms of stuff they're doing
bagus
wrong,
dong.
I suppose B has been a bit of a sore spot for them. Trying to hold that one down.
They also just, again, the KO is so powerful. If you get hit by the knife and you're trying to anchor on site, it's pretty devastating. I do like actually setups where
real hoki itu crazy guy, hoki bro itu bro. Itu real hoki beneran.
Playing against a KO. So, for example, if you're running device, right? Putting device util on.
Kamu dukung siapa wanita-wanita? Kamu dukung RRQ gak?
Your Omen, for example, can anchor B with Thorns and Wall. So even if the Omen gets hit by the ult or the knife, the Vice util doesn't turn off. So I like those kind of setups. But not many teams running them.
Tadi padahal sebelumnya Knight jago banget. Ya, itulah indahnya Valorant guys. Yang sebelumnya jago banget bisa jadi idiot banget di map berikutnya. PRX juga kemarin kayak gitu kok. Banyak fine shit ya. Banyak fine shit. Kan Cina guys, Cina kan banyak yang datang support. Kalau menang main tanggal berapa? Lusa main lagi kalau menang. Tanggal 22.
It's not like you force up RRQ on the edge of oblivion themselves. What is that?
Kaget tuh Rusia tuh.
Lucky to live.
Yeah, it's actually not a good angle for Russia to be holding.
No. Sends out a high tide though as that response.
Ntar Bumo 6 gol. Wow. Itu mimpi basah United itu.
Steady has been their game plan. All of these rounds so far, and it's worked out.
Especially if they think their opponents are ecoing. They've been very slow and cautious in those situations. So they could absolutely find themselves in a spot where the clock's their worst enemy. They're going back into the stack on A.
Neff close to the judge. Walking up most of the way here. Rusha just trying to hold that angle. He does connect straight to the dome. In close quarters, Neff finally will strike.
Lah absen, cok.
And okay, who will be the judge? Forced by everyone.
Lah absen.
It pays off in this situation. It absolutely does. A flawless,
hari-hari flawlessin.
Force kind of round for Billy there. Couldn't ask for a better moment to get themselves back in the game. Lotus too. Mastercard drifted, they got them back into things, but here Billy are also ahead in terms of the ults. So this is time for them to get feet underneath them and a snowball going. They've had their big round.
Si paling kaget. Si paling kaget lu.
And now time to get back on the right track. Look at all of the ults they have to work with. This comp has such good ultimates on the defense side and attack actually.
Playing Retake is going to be simplified. Even just flood defending if they want to try and go for that.
Yeah. I mean, a flood defend with a Harvest overall is ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
Kadal, Vandal kadal.
Knife on top of it as well, so a lot of the util not really connecting, but YC's blinded up, doesn't know
nice, Nipping
at the heels to try and get a taste of him, and that's a Hunter Spirit. It connects! Crazy guy sniping.
Oh, crazy guy, nice banget. Oh, nice!
Nice.
Wah, mereka
trying to hold on to any sort of defense, but again, no one wants to take the fight against him. In a 1v3, they dissipate. They back out.
Yuk, jangan konyol ya. RRQ jangan konyol ya.
I think early on here, in this match, Billy was playing the ult rounds better, but RRQ have completely outplayed them there. Yeah. They knew what was coming. Like I said, the Harbor ult's overall flood defend is
Kenapa dia gak play-nya di kanan ya?
And Crazy Guy has the perfect read on where K-Knight is ulting from and just snipes him back. Sova diffed. Owned. Unlucky kid.
Just when that wind was beneath their sails, Billy dropped back again. Even Rusha might not even get to keep this gun. This Crazy Guy is holding these avenues. Knife out, not ready for that fight at all. RRQ hold on to a lead.
Billy still have money.
Pape mau jersey yang gini dong, Pape yang hitam. Bagus. Aku pengen yang hitam. Yang ada piala VCT-nya, Pape, please. Nah, Pape bacot lu. Talent kita bukan lu, minta-minta mulu. Babi. Mending gua kasih satu lu. Canda Pape ya, aku udah bersyukur.
Very good. Jemkin yet to use the Blade Storm on the attack side here, but going over towards A, could absolutely use it.
Masalahnya gua mau beli juga nggak bisa, guys. Mau beli juga nggak dijual masalahnya. Gimana gua mau beli?
He's been one of Billy's best players today, Levius. But he's also had some moments where he fell a bit flat. We were putting a lot of attention on his Steel Garden usage on those rounds towards the end of the Lotus defense. but his aim has been remarkably good.
Cascade up. Rusha. A lot of pressure coming his way here, straight through that wall too, and that's going to be fading momentarily. Ready for the jump spot. They've been hearing it, the sound cues.
Kena blind, B. Kena blind, D. Kena blind.
Way back out of the extremities. Can't really hold on to this one. Trying to
waduh, cenayang anjing.
Okay, Dynamite with a rifle fire. Maybe you can find a way in, especially when that spike dropped down. I'll take the peek here. Spike was reclaimed. Munyet didn't have to wait for the smoke timing for that one. Just grabs it, commits to the plan. Crazy guy holding this though. Does he realize that the position that Neff is in?
They have paranoia for this.
Spotting out multiple players now. That's all three of them noted.
Aduh, buta, Cok.
Only the one connection.
Buta, Cok.
That YZ blinds himself in the process, but still they have that side control. Good awareness on the rare of everybody else's. Munyet, Team TP that he commits. Full sticks.
Nice.
And even just absolutely takes out Neff here.
Nice, Monyet. Nice banget, anjing. Monyet. Nice.
I mean, what is
nice
that?
Nice banget, Nyet. Nice banget.
I don't know, but
they're also, I think, just not anticipating him going for such a bold play.
Kill, no one's looking behind.
No, I mean,
nice
definitely
TP, nice TP.
You're dead right with that. But Neff was thinking about it and almost can't quite believe that Munyet is in that position. Bale's not happy.
Well, they had every advantage going into that.
Shouting across the stage.
Yeah. Huge play by Munyet, though.
Using the name his mother gave him. That's criminal stuff.
That's crazy.
Minta diskon Ayana, wow. Maaf, aku udah ada venue, udah nggak bisa pindah, udah bayar, guys. Sorry mengecewakan Pak Ape. Door. Nice. Ganteng pisan.
K-Knight and YZ are going to be rapidly trying to play into this one, but they do not have the guns for it. K-Knight.
Iko di sini. Iko di sana. Itu lagu EVOS ya? Gak boleh nyanyiin. RRQ lagunya apa, guys?
They're running this high tide. They're running the cascade in mid, and RRQ are just disrespecting it or waiting for the cascade to fall. Sphero surely got the time in here. Bullets to the back of the head. K-Knight executed, and Rifle taken out of the equation for the next. A flawless round from RRQ. And take a look at this in the replay and just think about how easy it is for RRQ to get past all of this Harbor util. They're up so quick because they're pushing back any of the places that you might try to defend it.
Yeah, not just that. I mean, these knights are getting connections onto Levius constantly.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any delay util.
Absolutely.
Maybe with a high tide and his full kit. Unimpeded, but no, it's not the case. Levius has just been a sitting duck.
King of Kings, yeah. Gak pernah denger lagi gua.
Forcing the timeout. Second one, I believe, now for Billy, and that spells out a bit of desperation, I think, when your back's against the wall in an elimination up against RRQ.
MD.
Now we've been quite doomer about Billy because it's looked like a bad defense side so far. But because they won the pistol, they still have 3 rounds, and it's a very.
Together we are one, sama we are King of Kings.
I wonder how many.
Judulnya keren.
If they have a very good attack side to showcase here.
Win a pistol on the other side too.
Yeah? So they need 4, 5? They certainly, I think, need at least another one in order to make it easier.
Habis tuh Theo BLG.
They might not need too many more.
Kencana.
It is such an attack side map if you know what
Kalau
you do.
PRX pasti dipisah tuh.
With your Sight XX. And especially when Billy should be able to combo these big ults online. If they can win a pistol, they might not.
Sebentar guys, kita nggak boleh sombong dulu guys ya. Ini belum switching ya. RRQ defense-nya belum tahu bagus apa jelek ya. Dengan semua retake itu, gue belum tahu performance RRQ nih. Sabar. Pohon bersabar. Kita boleh jumawa setelah kita lolos.
Spotting out YZ. Doesn't give away the game too early that the setup has changed ever so slightly. Shock even missing the Rays of Iron off to the corner. Neff taking a lot of damage in the process. He's suppressed up. Up onto a perch. High Tide is going to be whistling its way across the B side to try and help out. But RRQ, I don't think they want any part of this. They've been having their success really just hitting into the Vice setup, trying to catch knives onto it. Xfero.
Tidak boleh jumawa dulu adik-adik.
He just walked through it.
Disrespecting a lot of that util, but that drone you will have to respect. Cage forwards, breaks it. Let's get a tag on him. Could get spammed down into the bottom section of mid. He has to tuck tight here. Another cage on top of it. Xfero, there's no way he gets out. Surely not. He's out of there. 50 health.
And RRQ are in on A. Or at least they
Xtreem
were.
bisa lolos.
Baited out the wall.
How?
Damage done.
And actually, they could go back to Monyet on B if they wanted to.
Yeah, if they wanted to. I mean, they've spotted a lot of rotations coming through mid.
Yeah, Xtreem knows that there were a lot of people trying to fight him there.
Bushi belum apa-apa, 6 HP bejir.
Maybe the timing a little bit too tight. They cut noise.
But also look at what's happening with Billy. They're scrambling. They don't know which direction to go.
Salah.
In the noise of dark.
Salah. 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 Itu Max Verstappen cuma diganti kayak jadi King RRQ babi. Aku nggak sebego itu ya. Waduh, Jemkin. Monyet. Wah, nice try.
Billy with bodies in mid managed to find which avenue RRQ are trying to exploit and get there just in time.
Out of my way.
We were asking the question, how many do they need on defense? 4 and a pistol. It ain't bad. Jemkin just
No
tried to
kill.
land the shot with his ult there. K-Knight one away from getting another Hunter's Fury up.
Yeah.
So Billy still with chances of even tying this one up at the half.
Still a way back in.
And that would be an enormous recovery.
Curse tuh lagu jir, curse ya.
It felt like RRQ largely
Ya
in
Allah,
control.
curse anjir.
YZ's picked up a judge because they didn't have very much money coming out the back of this still. The KO ult is so powerful. I think they've got the read at this point that Levius is liking to lean over towards A. So KO ult through mid, very standard call.
Yeah, through heaven. Probably going to get a catch here. It's a drone and a cascade used at the same time. It's a big tag. It will force RRQ back and away.
Double tag.
On the other side of things as well, even catching onto Levius. So now you know where he's playing. K1 can get good value. Crazy guy. Bit of a bait of the wall, but they don't want to go in that direction. Moving over towards B.
Yeah, RRQ got scared off by the drone. Hand got revealed. And they're thinking that Billy would have been stacking A. Actually, they're still running a 2-1-2 defense. And I think Crazy Guy might be starting to get the read now because he was able to jump, bait that wall. And so back into just a standard A pop.
Oh.
Don't
Levius is
know
gonna
how.
have a bit of a nightmare here. Oh,
That
wow.
dart, I think it just landed right behind the lip of it.
It has really made them think that
He's
RRQ are going to be.
20 seconds left now. That's going to be no command out. Corn's at least deaded preemptively. Champion's going to be sending it flying forwards anyway. Util still ready, potentially an attempt to try and defend this one, but all Billy players going through spawn. It's random spam that's potentially going to save them. Smoke dissipates its coverage from Jemkin. Make sure to defend, making sure to watch that one here. Broken from behind. Levius is twisting, turning, scared about the potential of that backstab, and the players are starting to group up now. Forwards, trying to fire on all cylinders. See if they can take this back.
Nice!
Just swinging with a
Nice!
and players are forward.
Nice banget, bro.
Billy. Not the right weaponry to be taking that fight.
Very
In the
nice.
midst of it all, Jemkin stands strong. Neff
Papa,
left
udah
with
dapat.
it all to do, and a monstrous Jemkin on the other side.
Might go for it. The time is really starting to tick, and he realizes it. There's no time left. Trying to hunt down both those players and make it go for it. This is RRQ now with that 7th round.
Yuk, 8-4 yuk, 8-4 yuk, bisa yuk.
Astonishingly good round from Jemkin.
Yeah.
The entry into the site is great calling from Crazy Guy. The way that they're manipulating things around after they broke the door early on in mid too. They make sure they break the door.
Yuk bisa.
Put pressure on the Heaven players.
Yuk
Take a look at some
bisa.
of these shots in the
Yuk
replay.
bisa.
He's a turret up there.
Kalau menurut lo, RRQ bagusan saat defender apa attacker? Sebenarnya bagusan mereka saat defender sih. Cuma biasanya kalau udah bagus attacker, defendernya nggak bagus. Biasanya gitu masalahnya. Agak sulit.
And a very important pistol after this as well that Billy are going to kind of have to win no matter what. But if they can get this to a 7-5, man, that is a huge recovery, and the weaponry is terrible for it. It'd take a miracle.
They have ults. At least they have that at their disposal. Drone has to be broken, and it is. Neff tagged up. Backs himself out. YZ spotted though onto the cross, and there's a lot of spam coming his way. Bullets firing down. There's a hail of that lead as well. Jemkin's right up in your face. Taking it close and personal here. There's a reckoning offloaded with that. Hunter's Fury trying to combo it all together to see if he can find this one. Listen, second time to try. Make it go for it. Big reveal onto it. A lot of damage done. Rusha dropped down to just 31 health.
4v3.
Trying to make their way forwards. Again, that's a reveal though. And these players are lit up all over the place here. Brings it down into that 2v3, but the guns are not in the hands of Billy. To take it like this, you need some incredible shots. Just the shoulder spotted. 5 bullets left in that one. Still opts for the Sheriff. Trying to take these shots and tag them out here. K-Knight drops down.
Nice. Nice. Good shit, Xvero. Teh botol.
Being that finish for RRQ. Still has to be said.
Good shit. Good shit, good shit.
A great half though from Jemkin
good
and
shit.
Xtreem. One on the lurk,
oh,
one on the entry.
Good shit.
Just rubbing
Very nice.
They both get those big picks towards the end. Xtreem finishes. The ults again, crazy guy trying to cancel out what K-Knight was up to.
We're going to set it down to the stage now. Lewis standing by with another very special guest.
And we're lucky enough to have fans coming from all over the world to root for their team.
BLG semua anjir, woi, RRQ dong.
We know that you're a BLG fan given the sign, but I wanted to know, when did this journey start? When did you start rooting for the
Kushi
BLG?
dari dulu Kushi kok.
I started
Kalau kalian pernah force restart gak bisa sih? Aku kok ini main beberapa kali tiba-tiba gamenya nggak freeze terus. Gak pernah Ivan.
Island pernah force restart.
Gua nggak pernah force restart.
Aku kok ini main udah beberapa kali tiba. Gamenya nge-freeze terus PC restart.
Kemungkinan besar gamenya ngebug. Coba install lagi deh. Kemungkinan ada yang bentrok value. Coba antivirus lu matiin, uninstall gamenya, install ulang. Kalau masih juga, lu coba ke Discord Coral Island, terus lu customer support deh, tanya deh. Itu ada technical issue itu. Cimon. Siapa anjir Cimon? Bukannya kayak Joko Prak, buset. Jauh.
Yeah, he's so good. Maybe one of the best IGLs in the world. Indeed.
Lagi-lagi fine shit, bro. Fine shit, man. Fine shitan ini, bro.
Il est trop fort. Thank you very much for joining me, Tiki, CSA. And let's see now if BLG can bring back the victory right now.
Put the focus down on this pistol round here for Billy. It is so damn important. Trailing just by the 4 rounds, but again, could be anyone's game still, could be Billy's definitely. If they're able to get that round buffer, it would just bring the close to 2, in theory.
It's an attack-sided map. And take a look at the Coinbase Econ report. My eyes go over to YZ having a bit of a struggle. But at the same time, you take a look at the players that have been doing well. Jemkin on the other side, a bit of a duelist diff to open. He was on the favored side of the map,
sudah watch part the restoran nggak? Lihat kok. Kan tadi ada dia muncul.
Rushing openers, nearly 3,000 damage in the half.
Glimpses of that Jemkin of old.
And also bullying all of the players at the bottom of the scoreboard for Billy. Kind of pushing them down there. YZ, Rusia, and Levius. Mimi was talking about the need for Rusia to step up. I don't think the Harbor got very much value whatsoever on the defense side. They're going to need big value from it on the attack. It should make playing Retake a bit more difficult. The ult should also be huge, but all of this is predicated on getting a pistol and getting those ult cycling, economy flowing. It is a very important round right here.
Round 13, do or die. You slip up, if you trip, there are no more second chances. It is your year. Done, finished. Billy.
Ayo RRQ, kelarin deh. Jangan ke-flop lu, jangan ke-comeback.
Nice some concrete information. RRQ don't know exactly how many players are stacked up over towards A.
Cover going out.
Slow and steady for Billy. Slow siege attempt, no real util being used, but an angle for Cushy, spotted out there, just sticking out as he was crouched up onto the line. High tide.
Recon.
Way forwards, Recon on top of it. There are gaps to play in here. It's not a full clearance of Billy. But no one on the site to really punish.
Double shock as well.
This one going wide as anything. Russia committing to a plant. More unorthodox position. Cascade as well to replace the smoke that left, but that's going to be feigning momentarily.
Right here.
Yeah, double cascade here. Does make it difficult, but all of this util used very early on.
Retake on.
Now as that wall does drop down, fading down, there's a lot of damage done.
Nice. Retake on.
Painting a picture in teal.
Nice.
And they are dominating
Retake on.
round win. We're now getting into desperation for Billy.
A perfect timing there to get back through. Exactly as that cascade is about to fall over towards spawn, RRQ come barreling back in.
Sia-sia aku dikasih jersey, guys.
3-4 players, difficult, really tough on a pistol round. You know, you don't have a rifle to spray these guys down, so the tight spacing works really well. Billy didn't get enough kills.
Yuk, bisa yuk. Yuk, bisa yuk. Yuk, bisa yuk.
Down 9-4. I think some teams
Ayo, bisa yuk. Ayo, bisa yuk.
On a knife's edge. Couldn't ask for a better moment to try to get a thrifty, but it's going to be tough with only 3 classics to work with.
Yeah, it's one of the worst maps to be really taking a full-on eco on. Long sight lines on a bit.
Oh,
there we see it. I mean,
nice. Langsung langsung bulldog. Iya sih kalau nggak beli agak aneh sih.
High tide's going to be cutting its way all the way through onto the site. Gives access and avenue to plants. That was not intended. Shot down, rebounding right into your face, but this is a plant down, and now be
pushing
a little bit further forward here with that cascade.
Nice.
Bullets in the aim needs to be sharp here from Jemkin.
Nice.
Really
nice, Jemkin.
4-piece for him. Safe to say this guy
Oke,
is
abis ini
back.
bonus round nih, bonus round.
Turning up for one of the first times, actually, on a global stage. This is the guy that you've seen if you've been watching Pacific, watching RRQ.
Let's
All
go.
of that resilience in the lower bracket in Pacific. Reverse sweeps, comebacks. Here they're up by 6 rounds. But it's
Good
taken a
shit,
lot of
good
mental
shit.
grip from Jemkin to find his form. 21 kills across these 14 rounds played. You see what Billy were going for there as well. That, you know, they got the high tide out and they're trying to fight RRQ right before their wall drops, trying to make it so that they're the ones grabbing the momentum. But then you end up just pushing your own high tide. It's a weird one.
It's all on this now, round 15. Full investment. Billy were waiting for it.
Got to assume that Rushy is going to be playing for the ult orb. I mean, he's 2 away, right? If you can get this for the post plan, that should really stop RRQ from being able to pull off these nice retakes. Now, do you want to use it in a round like this? RRQ have got bad weaponry, but it's desperate times calling for desperate measures, I think.
Every round you can get what they need, so
they need to confirm these rounds. It's just a rough scenario to be in. You're down by 6, and in theory, you want to be using the Harbor ult to continue your snowball, not to win rounds where you should already be favored, but I mean, needs must.
Tagging top mid with the high tide as well makes it feel like there's a lot of pressure out through mid, which is exactly what it is. Dong and Dart being broken.
If they do go back over towards B, Brent, you've got
Bonus round kalau menang udah enak banget nih. Bonus round kalau menang udah enak banget, bro.
But the spike heading towards A instead.
Hey, bro.
Around the map.
Gratis, bro.
Trip on the setup where they've been going for that plant as well. So Heaven gets smoked off. Sphero, we can see if he can maybe get a bit of a spam kill off. Clone though. Going to absorb up the trip, so no issues there. A lot of spam raining down. Bits and pieces of damage done, but no real pushback, so that plant will be going down. Billy can find themselves into a post plant.
They didn't give Rusia the plant, so no opportunity.
Retake Keon beraksi, apakah bisa retake?
Can't waiting. Held for now by Crazy Guy, smoking your face cam, spotting it. It's a heavy sight setup. Billy playing everybody on board. Looking to try and take these fights forwards as well, trying to obfuscate as well. An updraft along to the side.
Retake Keon! Retake Keon! Akhirnya.
That might just be the nail in the coffin. RRQ up to 11. The economy boomed for BLG.
The retakes look so clean today. Everyone's caught by a piece of util. They get a kill with a flash, a kill with a recon coming through. And then 2 players forced to play inside, destroyed.
Buset, tiba-tiba ada dinosaurus anjir.
How the dinosaurs went extinct. Save that for when you play against paper.
Yeah, I was going to say. All smiles though in their camp, of course, for good reason.
Look at the kill differential, man. Jemkin's got nearly 3 times as many kills.
Gila, 23 kill sendiri, Najong.
3 and 9. Flash through the wall.
They desperately need a hero. Otherwise, this is going to be
Najong.
another VCT CN team sent packing, sent home.
Full group up now. Russia. Got that reckoning. Looking to let it loose now over towards B, but they still have these kill trip setups. Jemkin dash backing away. Dart, bad for them. Beams of light are going to be pointed towards the direction of most of these players, but just trying to vacate most of the area. Now fighting all the way back in, Jemkin.
Oh, Jemkin menyala, bangku. Gila, ace. 3 peluru, Yemkin, 3 peluru, Yemkin. Reload dulu, reload. Reload dulu, Mas Yemkin. Reload dulu, Mas. Sisa 5 HP, bro. GG dah, bro.
Not with Jemkin playing like this. It's astonishing. The setup with the util, by the way, is phenomenal. To just give some credit to Crazy Guy and Cushy, because obviously you look at the scoreboard and Jemkin's frying, but you know, the third kill that he gets there is a guy lit up like a Christmas tree through smokes. And the retake util has also been fabulous. RRQ just able to play their own game today in these second 2 maps.
10 seconds left.
And showcasing a much better map pool as well, compared to the match that we saw them open against Fnatic. They did, of course, play on Abyss, but Fnatic's comp a bit of a weird one. RRQ seem much more comfortable here today playing against the Harbor.
Nice banget, bro. Yuk, force buy mereka, force buy.
Now up to 12. One more round.
Yuk, force buy, yuk, force buy, yuk.
Send Billy home. An early exit from champs, and they want. It's all about survival when you get down to the elimination stage.
Look at the disrespect on the Harbor util again. It's like it doesn't exist.
He does not care.
Oh, I actually said that it was support from Crazy Guy there. I'm wrong.
Kill trip, right?
It was the kill trip. Yeah. But I mean, in the previous rounds too, it has just been excellent util support. Whole team working to make Jemkin look like a god, but his form has also come out at just the right time.
There's a guy spamming away with that Sheriff. Has the Odin as well. It's a big reveal with the dart. He's going to be sending it flying.
Ayo, Crazy Guy aja greedy, Crazy Guy aja greedy. Retake on his back, guys.
So it's util wasted. Billy really can't afford. Might be trying to get them all the way in here. The Thorns are trying to find a way in, but they are getting picked to pieces, pulled apart. The choke
bye
will not stop them
bye.
whatsoever. RRQ lights out for the finish.
Nyala RRQ!
And they will continue their run of champs.
Finally, we see
Nyala
RRQ in the form.
Let's go, RRQ win.
From a team that's reached the very heights domestically inside
Gila,
Pacific.
bro. Gila lu, bro. Bro.
And a 2-1 victory that sends Billy home.
Gila.
This is the RRQ.
Lusa lawan Aspas kita, guys. Kita lusa lawan Aspas, guys. Gila.
That does mean we have to say goodbye to Billy.
Interview dah.
Exit for them out of champs far earlier than they wanted.
Gila.
Order they've delivered regionally, but
FIFA RRQ. Gila, Jemkin berapa, Cok? Ini, Cok. Gua mau lihat Jemkin berapa ininya.
Yeah, we've got a great matchup coming up in this group, I think. RRQ finally showing that form.
424, guys. 424 King Jemkin. Gila. 424 anjir, 26-10-4. God damn. 2.0.
Sure, the prep as well, but you know, they didn't know exactly what was coming on Abyss, and that was the map that
Gila.
they dominated the most.
Gila.
Ideas won it for them there.
Gila.
Brilliant stuff.
Pas dia bangun langsung yang lain ikut nyala ya. Ya Allah, kasihan amat anjir. Masa harus nunggu Jemkin nyala baru yang lain nyala? Jangan gitu dong, RRQ. Coba kalau kemarin jersey-nya telat sampai pasti kalah. Iya bener, setuju gua. Untung aja. Untung loh. Gila, berarti ini average-nya Jemkin 246 ya. Gokil.
Versus BLG, and I'm gonna have to borrow you for a second, Moniette, for an interview. Congratulations for this win, first of all. And I wanted to tell you, you guys are the most smiling team in the whole tournament. You guys are always laughing, smiling and stuff. So I wanted to know, who brings up the vibe in the team? Is it someone specific? Is it everyone? Tell me.
Gitulah anjir.
It's everyone that is trying to make the vibes good, because when we lost the first map, we realized like
jersey siapapun yang kode pakai pasti menang. Teori jersey yang dipakai menang ya. Sekarang gue ya. Terserah di gue ya.
But we are trying our best to make sure we have good vibe on the team.
Yeah, and I think we can definitely see that. Donc première question.
Oke, sekarang kita harus juga T1 geng.
On s'en est rendu compte sur la première map, c'était un peu compliqué, on a perdu, on faisait un petit peu tous la gueule, et donc on a tous essayé de se remettre dedans, donc c'est vraiment un effort collectif. We know how hard
dikasih bunganya ke Adel tuh dari Kevin tuh Bang Kevin.
In a top team like PaperX, but you started this new love story with RRQ last year.
Aku kaget XLG menang, iya aku juga kaget.
What makes this team so
XLG
strong
menang.
according to you?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No worries.
Okay. I think I just really believe that all 5 of us are
Miknya
really
diembat.
good. It's just like we haven't been finding the confidence yet on international stage.
Oke, diserap sama tim yang lu pakai jersey-nya. Oke.
BLG it really help us to boost our
Tapi kemarin gue pakai Fnatic, yang menang Fnatic, bener juga lu. Gue pakai DRX yang menang DRX. Pas gue nggak nonton DRX, DRX kalah. Karena gue nggak pakai jersey-nya. Bener juga lu. Gue nonton PRX kemarin, PRX 2-0. Lah iya juga ya. Iya ya. Bener juga lu.
And DRG.
Gokil juga gue. Oke. Gas pakai jersey MU bang. Gak ada gue guys. Coba jersey sebelah bang, apakah jadi seri? Goblok. Kemarin gak pakai jersey siapapun, kalah tim yang didukung. Iya ya guys ya. Teori macam apa ini guys? Waduh. Pantas MU gak pernah menang, gak dipakai sama gue jersey-nya ya. MU mesti ngirimin gue jersey berarti. Pakai jersey RRQ sampai akhir kok, gitu ya. Tenang, gue pakai ini. Kalaupun ntar PRX ketemu RRQ, gue pakainya jersey RRQ, guys. Tenang. Relax. Teori kemenangan berdasarkan jersey yang dipakai sama gue ya. Iya. Valid. Udahan atau lanjut nonton? Kita nonton satu game ya. Satu game doang ya. Satu map, sorry. Kita nonton satu map. Gue penasaran. Pengen ngeliat siapa tuh namanya? Gitu. Gue cuma bisa nonton maksimal sampai jam 12 guys. Habis itu gue tidur. Satu game aja. Udah tau teorinya bet jadi gampang dong guys. Ih coba deh. Real kabin. Win rate jersey Kodepin 100% deh. Ini iya lagi. Oh iya, kita mulai dulu bettingnya, judainya ya. RRQ komplit. Map 1 G2 DRG. Seru nih, match berikutnya juga seru nih. Masalahnya match berikutnya itu mantan satu tim bro, jadi lawan bro. Fix Kodepin bandar ya? Iya, bandar gue. Bener banget. Apa itu teori thumbnail? Teori jersey Kodep 100% nih bos. Parah bos. Gak ada nih tim-tim mau ngasih gue jersey gitu, gak ada. Kata gue kasih gue jersey dah. T1 kalau mau menang. T1 udah pulang belum sih? T1 udah pulang ya? Lupa dah gue dah. Oh belum. T1 melawan siapapun yang menang. Nah T1 tuh kasih gue jersey harusnya. Mata lu pulang, kocak lu, santai dong lu. Chill aja lu. Pas PRX XRRQ pakai double gak sih? Double ya? Agak gini aja. Match 1 gue pakai RRQ, match 2 gue pakai PRX. Kalau ternyata match 1 yang menang RRQ, match 2 yang menang PRX, match 3 gue pakai jersey tergantung donasi dah. Tergantung dibayar berapa dah gue dah. Kalau beneran kayak gitu aku takut. Match 3 gak pakai baju anjir. Kocak. Kalau dukung T1 coba pinjem jersey T1 Adele atau Xcurate. Pinjem ya. Kayak dipikir size baju Adele, size baju Kevin sama gue itu. Gue yang badannya babon ini ya. Lu suruh pinjem mereka yang badannya mungil-mungil ya. Adele mau jersey T1, mintain dong gitu ya. Coba deh jadi BA biar KPI-nya nyampe tuh kode pakai jersey RRQ. Si paling KPI lu. Aduh. Jersey Kevin dipakai Devin cuma masuk kepala. Makanya si paling pinjam jersey orang gue.
Welcome back to Champs, everybody. Last night, XLG sent Sentinels packing. Can DRG repeat the feat and close the shutters on G2's golden era? We will find out in just
nonton satu map. Ya, nonton satu map aja guys. Habis itu aku harus bobo guys.
Before we dive into everything, we have to just talk about the stakes of this game for DRG. As I mentioned, XLG won last night, which means if DRG do not win today, Kakuka, they will be confirmed having to play Ascension to fight for their spot back to VCT.
Many times we speak about the pressure, and today, of course, it is a lot. For DRG, would also be their first global win. So,
tapi normal aja kecuali nggak bisa. Harus yang divisinya gue. Nggak bisa yang normal punyanya LOL, nggak bisa. Gue harus divisinya guys. Makanya gue sama RRQ, gue mintanya yang Valorant kan. It works.
Both of them, of course, being the Ascension teams in the CN League. But this is huge pressure to put on a team who's already going up against a G2, who is like one of the best teams of 2025 across the board. This is going to be a really tough game.
It will be, for sure. And you heard it from some of the players of XLG yesterday, that possibility having to play Ascension does weigh on them. You know, they do feel the pressure. And for Nick, I wonder how he's feeling, because he's the only member on this current DRG roster that did actually have to play in that Ascension Grand Final and ascending with DRG at the time.
Yeah, but I assume that if this were to happen, he would be ready. He already knows the kind of pressure. And I honestly think that for them, I understand how this is in the back of their minds, but it is not something that they should focus on. I know that the
FC lagi kapan? FC apaan FC?
Is a giant in
EA Sports FC 26 besok.
For them, they have to focus on what they have
besok
ahead of them right now. And today is just this match.
Besok kita EA FC, oke?
Yeah, it is such a story for him though, to go from all the way back then, winning that trophy, earning the slot in
lanjut
the
atau udahan? Lanjut satu map aja.
Changing around him and
satu map
coming
aja.
up with a whole new identity for themselves. But what a resurgence they had at the end of this year to make it here to Champions, to even earn that opportunity to defend their spot.
For them?
I was, honestly, because when I was watching China, it's so cool. I mean, other regions have sent an Ascension team. G2 is one. Of course, their spot is already assured in Americas next year. But for both of these teams, their fate was fully in their hands to stay in the league. But DRG, because XLG looks so good, have to do just a little bit better.
I'm almost sadistic in a sense that I want to see XLG versus DRG Grand Finals. Let that be the decider.
I honestly think that we should make an exception. This is me talking to Riot.
Okay.
And if this happens, we have to do something. You cannot have the runner-up of Champs playing Ascension. There's nothing wrong there.
One would think the runner-up of Champs would be able to stomp Ascension. One would hope.
Yeah.
Could you imagine this?
We're getting way too ahead of ourselves. But for now, I heard that Jen Lee actually managed to get some of Nick's thoughts ahead of today's game.
Oke Joy, bye-bye. Di live atau record bang ya, boleh itu. Live dong. Besok siang ya, besok siang.
A lot is at stake for DRG, your survival here at Champions Paris, and also in the CN ecosystem. So how is the
DRG menang, aku bocil di ben 1 2 3. 1 2 3.
今天这场比赛对于DRG来说面临着非常大的风险以及挑战嘛，因为这场比赛的胜负将直接决定你们能否继续留在巴黎冠军赛，包括能不能保留在 CN 联赛的一席之地。所以队伍是整体怎么去应对这个压力，包括今天有没有去聊到一些什么东西？
其实压力的话，大家还是比较放松的吧，因为都来到这里了，我觉得还是享受过程是最重要的。然后我觉得我们上一把的失利主要是因为有一些个人的失误。 然后我们回去也是积极的复盘嘛，然后找出一些问题点，希望我们这场能达到更好。
I think actually we were quite chill. We just wanna enjoy the process. And after like
CN gak ada yang lolos playoff nih bau-bau. Apakah guys? Apakah DRG bisa menjadi the one and only?
Hopefully we can deliver a better match today.
Wah, tapi kalau DRG menang lawan G2 sih ngeri sih, bos.
I think he was sort of leaning to what you were saying, Bear, that like they've made it this far. He wants to just enjoy being here, but also they seem really optimistic that it just comes down to fixing a little bit of individual performances on the team. Is that how you felt when they played against T1?
Yes, because we come from this, speaking about BLG being destroyed by MIBR, this was not the case with DRG. Two very long overtimes, not as long as we're used to in MEA, but still, many of the rounds came down to the clutches, the 1v1s, the 1v2s.
Antara DRG sama XLG.
Those fall into the hands of T1. So even though they're playing with a sub, I know, it's Demon 1, no, it's not any sub, they showed a lot of resilience.
Oh iya, XLG kemarin menang ya, antara tinggal XLG atau DRG doang ini. Gila, China number 1 sama China number 2 udah pulang guys. China number 1 sama China number 3 udah pulang, tinggal 2 sama 4. Mari kita lihat. We'll see.
Advantages that they felt they had to lose that super close series.
What I loved about what Nathan D also said
we'll
is
see,
that he
we'll
was
see.
ultimately happy with their performance because he should be.
Seriously, circumstances.
Yeah, given the circumstances too. But this man on your screen, Spirizy1, Dan Drya's favorite player, guess why? But he has just been a shining beacon, Mimi. He's been really good.
Yeah, this guy was incredible in their game. I loved how confident he looked on the champion stage. It didn't look like he missed a beat from playing in CN to stepping up here. So many of those impact rounds you're talking about, the clutches with the multi-frags, were him pulling it off. And on top of that, standing up after all these rounds, bringing just an incredible energy to the game for DRG.
Yeah,
Gue pengen berak lagi guys. Guys, kalau gue berak dulu boleh gak guys? Ngapain gue minta izin anjir, berak dulu gue. Daripada gue berak di celana, berak dulu bentar.
He was so composed as well. Yes. When all of his teammates were doing God knows what, he was so composed. But the thing is, on the other side of this, it is a G2 that lost their opening game.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the situations none of us saw coming.
And I think the conversation has to go back to their Corrode because they still have not figured this map out. They tried this new composition, putting the Rays into the mix, playing the Sage, and honestly, it just did not look good. They had good ideas on their defense, but when they got to their attacking side, it looked like they had a one-dimensional game plan around prioritizing the Rays ult, and anytime Jojimo was dead, they could not get out of these choke points. They could not show any deeper depth. For a team that normally comes out with great new ideas and is always excellent when they innovate, this was a huge disappointment for G2.
To me, this echoes and resembles a lot what we were speaking about. Oh, the Fnatic game actually told more about themselves than they did about RRQ. To me, this also told more about Heretics, because probably they did not expect that Heretics was going to go for Corrode, that they were going to change the composition and they were going to perform the way they did, because Heretics was also a question coming out of the playoffs in EMEA, be it like, oh, are we going to see another team that ends up in the grand final, or is EMEA doomed?
The thing is, though, that G2 has been in these positions before. This year's been a lot more dominant, but in the past, this has been the team who's always had to go down below through that lower bracket, and I think you still have to favor them, even in a really unusual position for 2025 G2.
And despite the loss, Valen actually had a pretty good mindset in the post-match press conference. Let's take a listen.
Some days you win, some days you lose, and unfortunately today we're on the bad side of that. But there were still some good moments. I think we were having a lot of fun on there, and even though the game was stressful, like, we were managing to keep our morale high, keep each other, and, you know, just feel good on stage. I still am proud of the guys for how we went and performed, because if you look at how maybe we've played in previous international games, maybe we have a bit more of a tense look on our face. Maybe it's a bit more stressful. But today it felt like, regardless, we were just battling through the storm and keeping each other laughing, keeping each other smiling, and I think that's a really big improvement for us. And if we can continue that into the next match, I think we're going to destroy these next two teams and make playoffs.
And that's the Baby Bay guarantee. You know, we're giving all of his teammates, keeping them high on the vibes as well. But we also have to mention, you know, with EDG out, there's only 3 players left that could win champs twice. And 2 of them are playing today. It is Jogamo versus Demon 1 in the lower bracket. How crazy is that?
It is such a wild story. These two, of course, won that trophy together in 2023.
What a year.
And, you know, for Demon 1, it was not a great year for him in 2024. Doesn't play to start 2025. We didn't think we'd see him on this stage, only to get the last-second opportunity to play with DRG. But, Bea, that's not the only opportunity he had. He was one of 2 candidates that Josh T was looking at to sub in when Leaf was sick for America's Stage 2. They picked Baby Bay instead, which is this huge controversial
And it was great.
Why would you not?
It was great. But now, Demon 1, the guy who didn't get picked for that opportunity, gets to play them at champs.
I guess that the idea is that it was such a good year for him, like the way that he closed 2023, that we expected maybe that when we saw Demon 1 back at the international stage, back at the global stage, it was going to be because he earned it, because he worked so hard for it, but we haven't seen it ever since. So seeing him here in this circumstances, playing in a different role, is still performing, always good.
And speaking of Jogamo, his opponent, Jen Lee, also had the opportunity to speak with him earlier.
Hello everyone, Jen Lee here with Jogamo of G2. Hey, what's up, Jogamo?
How are you?
Good, thank you. Congratulations on your 3 trophies in a row. Well, domestically, that is 3 in a row, but an international one seems to elude you quite continuously. So what can you do to make sure that you don't let this one slip away?
Yeah, we definitely proved ourselves in our region. I think that's a great starting stone for us. We've been trying to accomplish that goal for a while as well. We did fall short in Bangkok, but that was just some upsets that we had for ourselves. We were working throughout all these events, Toronto, even now champs, even with the loss that we had last week. I mean, we're here for the bigger trophy, of course, right? We're a little bit scared of our opponents sometimes, but we know that we need to come back and show what we're here for. We're here to grab that trophy, so that's our goal.
Well, speaking of your opponents, you have Demon 1 on the other side. Last time you were at champs, you were playing with him, and now you got to run into him in the server. Are you excited or are you scared?
Yeah, it's kind of weird not seeing him in the same jersey as me, but I mean, now he's in my crosshair, so it's going to be a different story today.
Ooh, all right. Can't wait to see it. Good luck.
Thank you.
That was so cold. Demon 1 is in his crosshair now. But I feel like I might be in trouble, potentially.
Or you might be right. Who knows? Absolutely. Why not? It wouldn't be the first surprise. I love to hear something that he says about they have dominated their region. Now they have to do it globally. It's like they have all the homework done ready, but still need to prove it here.
Well, DRG, they need a win to stay in VCT, and G2, they need to prove that their era isn't made of fool's gold. Will VCTCN continue to dream crush the NA teams? Let's send it down to the stage and get some answers.
Dragon Range Gaming.
When they talk about a David versus Goliath match, this is what they're referring to. America's #1 seed, the tournament favorite, playing against CN's team that is fighting for VCT to stay alive, playing with a sub as well, and all of that just to stay alive. Winning here doesn't even guarantee you playoffs.
It is wild. Two Ascension teams with very different expectations. All the questions for G2 went back to that corrode that was so disappointing against Heretics, and we see them here banning it away in the first round. I think this is a much better decision for G2. They instead elect to play the Abyss, which has always been a great map for them.
Yeah, but I mean, we still have to see it on the tournament. Of course, we have not seen them play it the other day. Lotus being picked by DRG, the map that they picked also in the first one, and something that we love to see also from the side of G2. They've proven to be very, very comfortable with this. But honestly, Mimi, I agree with you. That Abyss, to me, is the keystone to this match.
For those that remember G2's beginning of the year, this was one of their strongholds when they made it to the finals at Masters Bangkok. And I think a lot of it was defined by Leaf on the chamber. He was away for most of Americas, but he came back in playoffs. He played great, and I do think we get it, because they've been showing a lot of chamber, even on other maps. The Agent has been buffed since the last time they played it. I hope we get to see that, but that's going to be map #2. Instead, we start off on this Lotus, which is, I think, pretty comfortable for both teams.
Yeah, and speaking about the chamber, we did see G2 playing against the chamber on the side of Team Heretics. Miniboo was having a field day in that moment, but focusing on the Lotus, G2, as you know, they stick to their guns, they keep the Tejo in, something that they tried to play without, then decided to go back in, and every single loss will give you more information onto what things work and do not work.
DRG should have won Lotus against T1. It came down to a couple clutches. There's one round the difference in overtime, but they looked really good, in my opinion, with the Waylay, your double duelist composition. It was the first time they played that version. Their attack side executes in particular were very potent. They showed great synergy with that comp.
Does anyone in Americas play something similar to this composition, this double duelist?
There's other double duelist teams. There's like people will play like your Neon, but not on Lotus, and definitely not like a Waylay double duelist look. So it's going to have to be something G2 we're looking at in that T1 VOD before playing today.
Yeah, and I wonder how G2 will maneuver around this comp as well, because traditionally we talk about Viper versus no Viper, but on the side of DRG, it's going to be fine for them, you know, being able to play into that Viper. I don't think they're going to have too many issues compared to some of the other comps.
No, I don't think so. And also, there's so many bots on how G2 likes to play this map against different compositions, as Mimi's saying. So the preparation should be there on a map that they're already comfortable, because remember, they're playing with a sub, so there's not that many maps that he should be 100% on.
So if Agent Select goes the way we expect, I think this is going to be a great example of the two directions teams have gone since Bangkok. We saw the teams that hard index into double duelists. We saw the teams that hard index into control comps, slower style of Valorant. G2 is the latter, DRG is the prior, and so we get to see this slow, controlled G2 attack side against the all-out aggression of DRG's excellent double duelist look.
And I think Nick deserves a lot of credit as well from the way that they played against T1. He was not the issue. It was the late rounds that let the team down.
Yeah, absolutely. But when I look at this and I see G2 starting on the attack, Joe, of course, is going to block that Euro, we assume. Yeah, he's locked it. I cannot wait for Joss going to see and fight Demon 1 on that 1v1. I think everybody wants to see that.
It's going to be so sick. Former teammates in 2025 after choosing not to pick him up. To see that again would just be amazing.
I can't wait to see it indeed. And of course, G2, you know, they're playing for that golden era. They're playing to stay alive. DRG, they still have to think about the fact that they could drop into Ascension, a very, very important game. And I can't remember the last time the Pansy and Hypod got to cast Demon 1. So what an exciting day.
I think I remember
I have a pretty good idea.
Quite a big game from Demon 1 last time we got to see him at a champs like this. But it's a very different situation, Mike, right? This is a totally new scenario, but there's so many narratives, so many storylines we could touch on. What's leading your thoughts with this head-to-head?
Yeah, I mean, in comparison to yesterday's game, I think the opening series for both these teams are probably just tough matchups, right? You come to champs, there's not necessarily an easy run. It's a fairly unforgiving format in that regard. If you draw, you know, Heretics and T1,
Big boy
you're opening
first,
it. Yeah, exactly. So again, the only real outlier to that, we're coming back to Lotus, which both of these teams actually struggled on. Again, losses, but versus Heretics and likes T1, they're no slouches, right?
No.
But to come in today, you've got to lean toward, again, G2 map win rate overall, I think sitting around 70%. This is a stronghold for them.
I mean, to my eye, though, the result DRG got against T1, even in the loss, hitting what OTs, looking pretty solid. I don't think they're as much of a slouch as people may think they are. Already a bit of a draw of blood as this patient hold towards middle finally broke. You got to look at the HP that they're walking away with this from, though. Both losing out on one, but Nick's down low, Ackerman down low. Got to be careful now. There's still that Sheriff and the Frenzy in play for G2.
Leaf next up here to potentially find one, but catch the stun here. No chance of a swing out for Flexin. He's going to get up close behind this smoke as well. He's actually got timing.
It always works. That position always seems to work. And Leaf caught just drifting in. And that's a recovered Sheriff too, and a player advantage. And you've got to look at Jonah P's HP now. This becomes a huge point of it. 2 HP to work with. All 3 from G2 stacked towards Tree. DRG still with utility to play back in with this. You've got to look towards Nick. You've got to look towards Flexin. Carefully clearing through sight. First bit of stall committed. Trent's still got util to play on here, but this is getting sketchy. They've got to get a move on DRG. Got to try and draw these G2 players out. Draw out that utility. A Demon 1! That's got to feel so damn sweet.
3 to close out the pistol. Convincing fashion. Again, as soon as that util comes off cooldown, they're just stuck in such an awkward position. And the timing here, Leaf falling, I think he's maybe feeling as if he's the one with the upper hand in this situation.
Enemy remaining.
What a start. The substitute here versus G2.
And I've loved watching Demon 1 even play a role that he's not traditionally known for. I think he's got the balance right. I think he knows when to stay, when to leave, and I think mechanically, you can't write him out when he's motivated.
I mean, way back when, back even scrimming for EG, he was on the Cypher, so
that's true.
Saw a lot of cycling through with what he played for EG.
Whoa,
actually,
lovely.
I could get away with it.
Okay, though, that's a problem. Through in D1, already hyped up on the desk, but takes a lot of damage on this now, and G2 are closing the gap. Already starting to walk through water. Jonah P looking to be the one to kind of secure a little bit further towards CT, facilitate that plant potentially. He's much deeper than the rest of his team.
Yeah, I mean, they've done the hard work here. They should be able to get a plant unless Nick can find anything, but it's a stinger from this range.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
Could be something dangerous in this. Look at Leaf as well. Now up on that Guardian. DRG patient on the playback in. I was a little worried on the timing
Oh, sudah
first
tidak
round
bisa.
down.
Sudah telat.
Be on red alert here.
Sudah tidak bisa, sudah tidak bisa.
To hand. Trent as well with utility, but Jonah P not happy.
Lega om,
Sitting back
lega bos.
massively. Takes the fight into his own hands. As Leaf gonna chunk down the remainders on CT.
Trent now next on the chopping block, but Leaf certainly have to apply further pressure here. Finds a headshot as well. It's just Nick left.
Yeah, this is a lot to do, and I think his options are pretty much null. Does at least take down Jonah P. A turn of events for G2. A Thrifty, a MasterCard Thrifty coming into this second round. They'll be happy with that, gets them back on track. Because again, when I'm looking at G2, I'm going to hold you to a higher standard.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
This is not an acceptable position to be in. If you're going to be sloppy, if you're going to be quiet, I need them to come out
sudah tidak aku buka, sudah tidak aku buka. Percuma mengemis, percuma mengemis.
As this series progresses, but
siapa suruh telat, salah sendiri, hahaha.
Considering their domestic record, the round 2 flip here certainly puts them back in the driving seat. There's a setup here outside B. Just waiting for any aggression coming out. You can see there is a stack over towards A here from DRG. And these round 2 flips always make it a little awkward in terms of the early game tempo.
Yeah, and just a stack from DRG, don't even mind it really. So, gonna go for a bit of a gamble. Fair shout. G2, I'd like to see them explore that. Take their time. And when I talk about holding to higher standards, I am looking at Jaw having a big performance, Jonah P as well, to my eye, during that regular season run up to this point. I
Habis dari WC juga, syukurin.
Really solid performer. And I'd love to see more of that from him here. It wasn't a brilliant first series from them. I know that they were saying in the interviews, hey, it's fine. We still got, the attitude's fine. But
well, again, that's
there is a degree in which I go, okay, but you're meant to be winning these.
Sure, I think there's a short list of teams that.
Tadi Jogi mau sama Demon One ada ngapa-ngapain nggak guys? Apa normal-normal aja tadi walk out ya?
That standard's always going to elevate.
Yeah, and a revitalized Heretics.
Right? I think
looking at that got a little caught off the way they looked.
Gua pegang G2 lah. G2 lah bro. Lebih legit bro, lebih seru.
But building towards ult, how's he doing? About halfway. So love a little bit more for him.
Yeah, whether or not he does go hunting, and obviously the funds will be there after this. He's sitting at 3,900.
Cuma saling senyum aja pas fist bump. Oh, oke. Mereka ngopi dulu tadi. Biasa culture, bacot banget. Corsair review Xtreem awal aku mencari view-nya pernah capek IG aku makasih bang promo. Ush. Makanya gak cukup tuh message-nya kepanjangan tuh Asia. Terima kasih Asia sudah mensupport Perks Gox. Mantap jiwa. Makanya doang.
Potentially, I mean, he's sharp and hold on to the Guardian here to make that even worse. Considering just a 2-1 scoreline, you look at the finances sit behind this now. G2.
Makanya ayo dibeli, gas. Gas beli, guys. First dibeli.
I do want to see once we get into the more kind of traditional sense of these rounds, we've had a little bit of a flip, obviously, in round 2. How much do they explore that C side? Do they try and abuse the stand-in? How does it look? What's G2's read on this?
Well, yeah, you say standing,
masih flu, masih sakit.
Masih
sakit aku, guys.
Looking like a little trap almost set towards this B lobby, but Ackerman gonna
still sick, still sick.
Away from this in time, as you do see the drone from Teo coming down. Jaw gonna be clearing through methodically. The patience displayed here by G2.
No real progress made either on the back of that from DRG. Happy to just tuck themselves into C2 now in towards blue. Relief, if anything, they find on the other side of this.
Terus bukan hanya keren tapi membohoki. Puji Tuhan. Amin. Amin.
Anticipating for a second round now that DRG going to go hunting. See, this time the gun's on the other side.
It looks like the first tester of Demon 1 here. I want to see how he fares with the side attack. It is quite overwhelming. Tries to stall out on the first. The TP will then get taken. That's going to be Valen on the side. Demon 1, I do think, though, he's been very good at knowing when to stay and when to go and then playing with the rest of the team to retake on towards the side. So,
siapa sangka ya G2 masuk lower bracket anjir. Amerika number 1 ini. Amerika ada yang lolos gak sih Amerika BTW? Lupa ada gue dah.
Util to put to use in a site like this for sure.
Mostly looking at Valen with that paranoia still. Everyone else kind of worked out. They don't have much util to play with a slow, steady start. They cleared methodically, as said, but now
DRG nggak mau pakai mereka warna yang mirip DRG. Semoga DRG menang gitu ya. Nice, cocok logi. NRG ya. Oh ya, NRG lolos. Demon One. Takut.
Too simple.
Yeah, there's just so many tools to dump onto this site, force you to a little deeper out of these close contact positions, and with Jorgamo just desperate to find something.
Takut.
DRG are the ones to be the victors of patience here.
One enemy. Oh, this man's locked in. Demon 1. Look, there's a scary thing about seeing him motivated, right? Like really motivated. I think a lot of people saw him grinding.
WBR, NRG, G2, Sentinel pulang duluan.
He wasn't joining G2 as they're standing.
NRG lolos, hey. NRG lolos, hey. Playoff nih. NRG playoff, hey. What do you mean?
Ultimates wise, Jonah P and Jorgamo the closest for G2. Nothing on the table for the start here at round 5, but again, not too far from D1 and Ackerman. Slow progress being made once more. Again, G2 are almost waiting out some of these pieces of utility, but actually now DRG looking to clear some of this space.
I like this, proactively clearing over towards rubble. Now, Jaw has slipped a little deeper, had a little bit of a glance towards B, certainly going to draw some eyes, but it's Ackerman waiting on it. Oh!
Oh,
yeah, little
shot
audacious to
Jogemo.
go for the second, but fancying his chances. And they're going to have to stay disciplined here, Mike. This is a very patient and steady G2.
Yeah, G2 are waiting for DRG to make moves somewhere and maybe springboard off the back of it. Jonah Pete now going to get shut down as well. The casualties continue to fall here.
Nomor 1 pada Star Syndrome dulu abis juara. PRS kan kalau ada Alex tetap marahin walaupun benar, gak salah. Korek.
Certainly now confirmation on the back of the flash as well.
God, they're leaving this so damn late. I mean, I know they're trying to sell them something, but look, we haven't been fans of this from Fnatic in EMEA. I don't want to be seeing them
10 seconds now,
running into the melons rounds, but they're banking on Jorgamo at least getting one here. But if you're DRG, you're expecting that want of aggression, an overextension to try and even the numbers. And now they do get the plant, but it's down to 2. G2 and Valin.
It's got to go huge here.
This would have to be
2v4.
near on. Not much utility, yes, for DRG to play this back through, but simply the body's in the right place.
Waduh.
The aim is looking locked in.
Waduh, Valin nge-whiff, bro.
They're going to be waking up G2 here. You can't be sloppy in this, Mike. This is looking a little
obat, udah Raf, sudah minum obat kok.
Bouncing back very nicely off a fumble in round 2.
Lagi rasis. Lagi tim sis, bukan lagi tim sis itu bukan rasis. Timis.
But them winning out in the late round. And again, I think DRG have got solid information here. The utility set off elsewhere on the map. Well, actually forced an early timeout as well. So. Yeah, I think everything playing into DRG's hands. The fact that they stick to their guns in terms of not over-rotating, and even Demon 1's the outlier in that situation. If you know, a visual check factor will see, sure. Yeah, the numbers just spread too thin for G2.
Demon 1 dengan ocehan Inggris yang lainnya ngomong Cina sendiri. Let's go.
A little closer contested for DRG, but yeah, for G2, like I said, it's sitting at 70% win rate across this year.
Aku cuma nonton satu map, gak apa-apa ya guys. Aku harus istirahat soalnya masih sakit Semenjak Toronto kemarin, gak tau kenapa pesimis banget sama G2 kalau di Inter. Begitu kah? Gua nggak nonton lagi Toronto kemarin yang PRX mana. Toronto match ini dari game ketiga gak? Enggak, match ini 2-0. Siapapun yang menang game 1 menang game 2.
And I'm not seeing someone pick that up for them. I'm not seeing someone else step into that. I want to see Leaf have a good. Everyone on that roster has that pop-off potential. But I'm seeing it from Ackerman. I'm seeing it from Demon 1. I'm seeing it from Spirit. I'm seeing it from
Amanah ya, mantap. Terima kasih pengertiannya teman-teman.
G2. I don't want to see a lackluster performance. Yes, they're going through the motions. Yes, they're playing, you know, your thinking man's game of run a late default, work the utility. I get it, but give me something on top right now, because 3-2, it's not looked brilliant.
G2 got some ultimates now. You're going to get the ball rolling here in round 5. Nightfall actually to lay on top of this. And that's able to get out. Yeah, Jogama can't find a kill.
That's big, and actually Ackerman in the meantime, isolating the 2. Desperately trying to close the gap, but this is brilliantly handled. A lovely reaction from DRG. G2 once again being outmaneuvered.
Baik, terima kasih, Raps. Kamsahamnida.
Clearance here from DRG again. Conscious, Jorgamo slipped even further, but a solid advantage here, and further ultimates being invested here.
Not going to take many chances. They want to now gap close onto this. Clear backside, but it's looking towards water to try and clear this through cleanly. Demon 1. Oh, he locks it in on that. Couldn't quite convert on Leaf. The position noted and rinse.
Oh, damn, DRG. Menyala DRG ku.
Have the playbook. They've got the plan and they are doing it so
Menyala
damn
DRG ku.
I'd love to see the play outdoor again here. The timing on this was absolutely sublime.
This is god tier work from them.
Nick sets that. I believe it was Nick that set
I think it was, right?
Well, no, it wasn't.
Menyala DRG ku.
Coming alongside that. But completely unexpected. Except from G2 to layer the Nightfall on top here.
Lucu kalau G2 eliminated. Bakal jadi meme gak ya?
Completely off guard on the approach to C. It's another successful retake and defusal. 4 for 4. Still funds to invest here. Again, broken by nonetheless for G2. 2 big ultimates invested. Do you have the pit now, Trent?
Ya memang tahu bahasa Mandarin, kagak lah menurut lo aja. Orang dia masuk last minute itu pasti bahasa Inggris. Demon 1 pasti dikasih treatment spesial sama DRG guys. Kalau enggak dia memang nggak mungkin mau join gimana dia komsnya anjir. Pasti dikasih bayaran mahal dan kayak yaudah bahasa Inggris aja nggak apa-apa. Dibikin senyaman mungkin masih.
Keeping this map very at least known, I feel like. None of the extremities have been truly explored. There's still an eye put towards it. Flex and 2 over towards A in case there is that late lurk. Now Jonah Peak could have late
Selamat malam Mikazuki Grayon.
This is what DRG have been very good at, but we haven't seen this B side tested. Paranoia goes in, Demon 1 starts to go for the walk. Ackerman already on the side, but it's Flexen this time. Every single one of those DRG players is having their time in the sun. Now Trent's still
having the time of my life.
Jonah Peak in trouble. A bounding player moves forward as Demon 1 taps that spike. No reaction yet. Still trying to draw that utility out. The time is starting to look good for them. Trent doing well on towards Nick here. Demon 1 still though, towards that defuse.
Gila di Akeman ini panas banget guys. Akeman ini panas banget gila. Gila Akeman ini ngeri banget bro. Gila.
An accidental jump off the box. He repositions so deep within the pit.
Oh, this could be legendary, Mike. I mean, I know it's map 1, but you got to think about that mental warfare happening right now. G2 with a shocker of a first game. Yeah, you could context it with the fact that Heretics look revitalized, but this would be the ultimate vengeance for Demon 1. Very Spirit Z1 can be doing the work for him. Takes away Jaw.
Lolos lagi si Z1.
And once again, they've got control. They fought over towards Mound. They've got control of Rubble. They're doing everything spot on.
Now I think G2 are going to be so worried about giving away openers because they find themselves in disadvantaged positions time and time again. Like I said, getting plants in, having the right ultimates to convert, but unable to stick.
Aku dukung G2 tapi baju aku katanya kayak DRG guys, jadi kayaknya menang DRG deh. Wah lawak nih G2 nih, gimana sih G2 jago perasaan waktu itu gue tonton di tahun lalu punya. Sekarang pelawak gini aja.
Fight for a lot of the space initially, but then they're happy to shift away, sit a little bit deeper now. They've burnt a lot of G2's utility just trying to get to this position. So still, I think that wall is still there in play. So something to be cleared if they do want to go for this. But Ackerman there, waiting patiently, could call in support easily. It's a 2-1-2.
Spirit apa Akeman sempat grogi gara-gara setim sama juara dunia. Oh iya kah? Sempat grogi karena gak bisa ngobrol kali. Sejak Theo di nerf agak struggle G2. Wah, masa gara-gara satu agent timnya struggle anjir. Kacau bener. Kocak. Akeman ini mengerikan sekali, Cok.
I mean, DRG are just so good at investing their util at the right moment. G2 aren't being given kills ahead of the plant. They're struggling to even scratch the surface.
Akeman tiap ronde 4 kill aja.
This was meant to be redemption for G2 after a shaky first series that most of us chalked up. Look at it. Look at it. Because G2 are feeling it. They're feeling every single one of those rounds, and they have no answer to it yet. It just feels like DRG are heaven sent right now. They've got everything going right. They got their ults, they got their money, and they are hitting their damn shots. Already Spirit Z1 gonna back away from this. Already an earlier clear and a faster pace.
Yeah, Stingers here, you know, G2 are almost gonna run it down at this site.
Apakah DRG the new EDG guys?
Back in their favor. No, Demon 1.
Oh, ketahuan loh.
Doesn't give his life away either. So still we're in the same position here. Tons of util.
Yeah, they have a lot still in the tank here.
Waduh.
But a fight had on CT.
Waduh.
First time G2
Kalah
tried to
thrifty,
dig
Cok.
deeper, search further, and now an advantage finally to their name. Couldn't quite get the upgrades, but still they've got so many of them.
It's still just sitting back on these Stingers now. And not much damage done.
Dilawan loh. Gokil.
Unconfirmed, but still it's there. G2.
Time going to be a factor now as well, though. So yeah, he's probably just looking for exits at this point.
Hello.
You almost want them to hold on to these Stingers.
Yeah, I mean, they were the original Stinger merchants, right? So Flex is doing more.
Wah, Howie.
Doesn't really matter at this point. First solution made, right? Search deeper. Offset that retake. Take a fight further into those back lines.
Well, first real commitment or intention behind.
Ini yang menang lawan T1 ya?
G2.
Yang menang lawan T1. Kayaknya iya deh.
Like I said, D1's out of here.
Kalau nggak salah iya.
Couple of favorable engagements here with the Stingers that you could argue some of these rifles should have outdone, but 15 and 4.
Yeah.
And the opening 10.
It's a performance. It is a
Try not to
performance, but it does
die.
feel like, yes, he is the highlight. Yes, he's the one with his name up in the feed, but it's a team effort. And a different beginning, actually. Normally we've seen that kind of start from Spirit Z1 over towards Mount. This time, a little bit close towards B. Maybe expecting this adjustment.
Di post follow to Asian tadi SJW gajang beli-beli. What the hell is going on at 10 PM in Indonesia? SJW.
Another curveball to throw at G2.
Beruntunglah follow Indo punya SJW anjir. Itu peramai banget itu.
So brave.
Again, the only real opportunity G2 have had a clean opening duel.
Yeah, but they're being herded right back into Demon 1 here. Sitting pretty comfortable. Has support towards, Blue Room if he needs it. They got Jonah P's ult, which is kind of nice if they need to be more secure in this.
Jorgomo's desperate for somebody to come hunting on C.
But I'm scared that they've still got this man to clear. You get about that 40-second mark, you got to start committing, right? It's like if you do want to continue towards A, that's fine.
Spikes.
Big fake. Yeah. Big fake.
Spike's heading elsewhere here, so
this is
first time G2 have almost had the advantage in terms of the macro overall. Going to be a wide open site, but key difference here being some util and actually the Rolling Thunder on top of that invested towards holding down A.
Yeah, this is a really nice round adaptation from G2. The fake almost testing the resolve from DRG to hold on to that utility that late, right? Now they've still got a little bit, but not great. Nowhere near the previous amounts they've had to work with, and they've got Jaw on this deeper line. Gonna cost him a little bit to push him back. Slow and steady, but this time again, a little bit further detached, back towards Mount. I'm looking at
DRG main retake nih. Kayak retake
slow and steady, herding them closer. And now the pressure's starting to be applied on the site, so the eyes get drawn away from this. This could be absolutely everything. Brilliant on one, but gets denied on the follow-up. Surety won, though. In the meantime, taking that space away. Justin on the site, takes down the brawl. Nick again still holding this, but time is running low, and so is it.
Wah, GG dah. Coba itu setengah. Kalau setengah aja. Enti dah. Kalau udah setengah aja, jir.
Timing of these smokes dropping is the only reason the RRQ can't catch a half diffuser. I mean, one of those situations where just a little too much to think about. 2 or 3 players.
Demon 1 retake gaming di RG anjir, ada aja kepikiran aja lu.
Eliminate the threat in the backlines. It comes right down to the wire.
Tapi EWG di RG ngeri banget loh, bro.
A buy round.
EWG di RG ngeri banget loh.
They really needed that one. Is there further layers to this? Kind of caught on the fake there. DRG investing all that util. They've been very frugal with on that fake pump towards A, but I like that from timing. Back to Valen actually backing away from the fight, and so is Nick. DRG and the boys kind of resetting a little, but that A site is open.
See now, well, do have the Aura ultimate as well, so a chance to maybe convert on the back of that, but Lee finding a crucial kill.
There he is, starting to see him heat up here. A key factor back with the team, but Sprucey one going to spot out the first. You can see that kind of tailor-made execution, setting up Demon 1 to take down Leaf. But the follow-up on Trent, going no man's land. But can the Professor be the one to teach him a lesson this time
nice. Wah, sangit lu. Sangit lu. Gue pikir bakal 9-3 loh dari 6-3 loh. Ternyata 6-6 aja. Sengit.
Towards the end of this first half, G2 now winning out in terms of the war of attrition. Some of these.
One enemy remaining.
The DRG just looks so lethal in some of these retakes.
I do that shit every day.
All right, operator in play. That's Jaw with that. Got the ult too. On the other side, the money finally starting to wane, right?
Yeah,
but that's been locked in for so long, it felt like.
And even then, it's still rifled. It's a Guardian and a Bulldog. Further aggression outside B, and this time around, Ducat's Trents.
Oh, they're doing well on these opening picks. We saw it in the previous
Quickly,
two.
they pivot away from this opening engagement. They know G2 are trying to find this timing.
Absolutely bang on. They're going to get the site though. G2 going to plant the flag towards this, pop the ult on top, secure the plant, put up the barriers of entry. Well, they're playing on site as well. They're not even playing deep towards tree. Finally pulling a player back, but they were posted up on this. That Diva line controlled by Jaw though. Takes away the Headhunter on the other side, and now down to the 4v4. What do they have to play with? G2 shifting back towards tree. The Paranoia only catching one. DRG going to try and deal with this somehow. They've got to try and pry them out of these deeper positions. That time is ticking, and Jonah P again doing what he can. It's all
wah, tipis itu anjir. Itu bisa beredet 2 orang sekaligus itu. Wah, 6-6 cok. Buset. Ngeri banget guys. Bujuk. Takut.
Well, they needed it, Mike. They needed that. It was looking rough by all accounts, but credit to them for this turnaround. To be able to stay
Good fight. Yeah.
Solutions. Still looking lively.
Yes.
I absolutely can't wait to see how this continues on after the half, obviously. And we have a little treat with Cupid standing by with Lou.
Et je suis ravie d'accueillir Cooper pour une interview inside.
VIP Prius Ligi Shop. The fuck?
Player coach IGL, he does it all. And the first question I wanted to ask you, Cooper, is back in 2022, you used to be coaching 4 of the players on stage. We had the Guards boy and also Leaf on C9. So how was it back then, and are the boys still the same, let's say?
Oh, ini tim Liquid.
I mean, the boys are still the same. If they win today, I've told them everything. If they lose, they didn't listen to me. So it depends how they do today.
So it's their fault if they lose, and thanks to you if they win, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I think that's pretty good coach mentality. So first question.
Halo Isya, gimana kabarnya, kok sehat? Better tapi masih sakit Isya. Makanya aku di sini mau bobo, aku mengantuk.
C'est de leur faute, et s'ils gagnent, c'est grâce à moi. En gros, and now that you're back to playing for Team Liquid, I really want to ask you that question. What's the most stressful, playing or coaching, and why?
I think day-to-day it's playing, but when it comes to an official, coaching is worse. You just have to sit there and watch your team lose.
And which kind of, tactical timeouts were you taking back then?
I didn't do much.
Oh, Cooper dulu jadi coach-nya Guard, sekarang jadi player tim Liquid.
Entre coach et forcément jouer, il dit au quotidien c'est peut-être jouer, mais comme ça dans ces situations-là en official, on est obligé de s'asseoir, d'attendre un petit peu, donc je dirais que c'est quand même coaché. Thank you very much, Cooper. Pleasure to have you here. And now let's see who handled the stress better between G2 and DRG.
Wah, kagak cok. Kagak ada Cooper.
Come on now.
Cooper jadi apa? Jadi sub dia.
But Coinbase Econ report here, just check in on the numbers, have a little look through, see if anything stands out to you. But Mike, narrative-wise, I gotta just be thoroughly impressed with Aikman, right? This guy had such a belt.
Thank you, Isha.
Again, setting the tone so early on.
Ada Cooper.
Like I said, into these spread very thin, slow defaults. It's so cautious of any aggression, because DRG were they were mastering the tempo perfectly. Like I said, where G2 weren't able to make them sweat. Yes, you can force out the wall early on and whatnot, but we're talking about an arsenal of utility they were up against in terms of these post plants. Again, on top of that, when you have a Waylay just running rampant in some of these rounds.
Look, the Waylay after the bucket looks so good as well. It makes sense. Hopefully you saw that shot call, Pip, there, because I didn't. Now, at this point, Aikman is going to be the one with the Sheriff. So eyes a little on him. On the other side, Frenzy there with Jaw. A couple of ghosts to round it out, but now we get to see how this looks on the attack inside. Again, coming in with that double duelist. Maybe a new problem for G2 to solve, but they learned well. They learned fast. Those last 4 rounds, they absolutely brought this game back within.
Dan di supit kayak gitu kalau udah bisa ngebaca lawan jadi ngeri. Masalah, sebenarnya itu apply to all team sih. Karena kan di pro team ini kan lu harus bisa baca strategi lawan kan, dan lu bisa bikin counter plan gitu loh. Permasalahannya biasanya kayak gitu tuh, itu tim-tim Amerika, tim-tim EMEA, tim Cina sama tim Apak itu jarang banget bikin counter plan. Mereka lebih ke gue punya plan, gue akan force plan itu sampai menang. Luckily it still works gitu. Tapi kalau untuk lawan orang yang sabar dan mentality fortitude-nya itu tinggi ya, itu bahaya banget, Cok. Waduh, Wif. Hari-hari Wif. Waduh, Ackerman ngeri banget, Cok. Waduh. Jonah lawan Demon One. Ayo lo. Oh, nice try. Nggak keburu deh.
It's been his all along, and it may look close, but he's got it all day long.
Nice try.
Red Bull Kludge here to kick off the second half, continuing that momentum from a string of 4.
Itu salah satunya tim yang sabar. Iya, di Amerika EMEA tuh terkenal timnya sabar kok.
As soon as basically the green light is lit, there's just a furious exchange of kills.
You gotta be quicker than that. I'm an insurance company. Come on.
And a 3K of his own.
It's huge.
Demon One to find one of the first half for the pistol.
Yeah.
But a clutch here for Jonah P.
And look, I said it, I wanted more from Jonah P.
Harusnya nggak coba makro karena kebiasaan TPR posisi di mana sama iya coy. Itu hebat sih. Itu gak sembarang orang bisa kayak gitu sih.
What's this then?
Dor. Wah, hampir aja, Cok. Hampir aja itu bisa ace loh. Gila, itu hampir aja bisa ace, bro. Enak banget itu kalau ace pakai judge. Waduh, DRG. Bagaimana nih Bang DRG? Dor. Nikmat kali, bah.
Certainly a little more energetic now.
Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit more like the G2 we've heard about, right? This Baby Bay theoried G2. The don't worry, we're fine, we got this.
We gotta check it here for sure, right?
Huh?
Well, DRG.
Time out DRG. Menurut tuh DRG kalau time out ngomong Mandarin apa ngomong Inggris juga ke Demon One? Apakah time out itu buat Demon One adalah waktu untuk istirahat, bukan buat diocehin?
Different time out to the first half for sure.
Yeah, I bet. Obviously for DRG though, they need to break back because now technically it's been what? How many in a row?
Got 6.
Iya, kayak lagi analisis betul.
Gonna start feeling the weight of it. P and Jonah P stands for pretty. The more you know. We're learning. Got good hair.
Yeah.
Not hard hitting analysis.
DRG Corsair bisa bahasa Inggris tahu aneh. Oh. Kalau gibahin di Bon pakai bahasa Mandarin anjir aja masih aja sih.
It's a close game. But I do need to see an answer back.
Keren tuh senjatanya tuh chainsaw gitu tuh.
Had a chance and then kind of let it
so
slip
cool,
away.
man.
That's what we're going to find out now. Need to make an impact here, but G2 with stingers.
Yeah, Lee folding onto the judge as well and actually rotating towards where the heavier presence from DRG is and the spike. And he's only 2 off the pit. After that round 2.
G2 looking a little naughty. Getting interested, getting invested, but Demon One
actually DRG duluan.
Slipping through deeper towards the wall on rubble. Gonna see Jonah P, calls it out of flexing. This has been well handled.
Yeah.
I thought there could have been a bit more danger to that, but actually they navigated it well.
Oh, he's not cleared by that.
No. Like, this isn't...
Do they still check it?
Oh.
Wow. Valen has to commit to 1, yeah. With a stinger there, there's no chance of him collecting 3, potentially 4.
Yeah. But how about this? How about a judge? How do we feel? It's quite hard to clear some of these corners. You don't have prowlers. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. I wasn't nervous. DRG making it past the bonus. Still smiles.
Streamer aja main free Kastia. Masih di PRX kok, tapi udah jadi streamer deh dia. Tinggal menunggu ada yang buy out aja kayaknya kalau udah nggak kepake di PRX.
I mean, he went for the right target, right? You leave the one who's picking up the orb anyway, but damn, he was quick.
I said there's just no way unless you can retrieve one of his weapons, but there's
AKK MU bakal lawan Chelsea 10 pemain di menit ke-5. Wow. Kenapa tiba-tiba 10 pemain Chelsea? Apa yang terjadi?
Odin out. Where's Jonah P sitting with that? Okay, towards street. Fair play. DRG eyeing up this C site very quickly. It is only Leaf here on his own, and there was longer rotations.
G2 keluar kalah sama siapa? Kalah sama siapa ya G2 ya? TH ya kalau salah ya, tim Heretics.
I mean, drawing out the snake bite very early on.
Yeah, I guess we're at what, 1 minute 15. There's a power away, so it is go time.
eh.
Trent on the fallback, as is Leaf. Jaw now wants to get towards site.
Energi gue sudah habis di RRQ.
But does he expect the fight? He spots out Leaf. Ackerman's been chomping at that bit, man. He wants in.
Kenapa inaktif? Kan diganti sama Padman. Masa satu tim bernama Setia? Apa yang maksud?
And they didn't pin down the kill.
No, I thought he was dead.
Yeah.
Not to be. DRG not willing to fully back away, all playing towards water as well. No one on mound yet. Demon One's having a look back just in case someone might be closing the gap. But now, Flexin still tucked on top of box. Time to play this back through now. G2 need to clear this side. Flexin still standing. Torba gets cleared.
Sia-sia kok RRQ menang, betul. Sia-sia, betul.
But there's literally that
True.
away. But Demon One up against Valen. Oh, he's been outdone again. Valen letting him know.
Sayang sekali.
Similar scenes to what we saw at the start.
Another 1v1. Demon One unfortunately fall into another member of G2 here.
NT.
Yeah, it almost feels like this takes an eternity for G2 to get onto site, but still relatively comfortable with the half defuse coming through. G2 twisting the knife now.
Oh yeah.
Still going to be a purchase here for DRG, considering 4 standing coming out of the timeout, but not an awful lot left behind this. But Ultimates to invest now. And Demon One and they come in 2 away from
Chelsea Sanchez kena kartu merah. The heck?
Oh, they're big in on this one. Hold on, let's see. Sun's there. Spirit said, One, where are you off to? Backside, that's wild. You don't get to do that.
You got 2.
How did you get 2? I don't understand where you just got half of these kills from. Oh, man, wrap it up. A flawless round. That was mad. Give me that replay right now.
The safety net of Jorgamo.
Look at this guy.
Again, I thought he's drifting. He's not going to get this first kill, but he actually kills Flexin here. Then still gets the shorty switch. It's actually just broken his ankle.
That's foul work. Same.
Yeah,
same. I get you. Nah.
I mean, grinning ear to ear now.
Yeah. Oh man, that's got
6-2 was the score, by the way.
I don't know what value the timeout would be here for DRG, but I'd kind of like to see one. I'd kind of like them to maybe pause for thought a little bit, you know, calm down. I mean, here, yeah, I guess they've got Sheriff's Stinger there too, so maybe not the round for it, but give them a sec to breathe. Even if it's not going to be like a tactical timeout.
Talk about again with the shorty. Begging somebody to push this smoke. Maybe get away here. Flexin has taken a little bit of chip damage.
Bring them down.
See Jonah Pete on the spam here.
Oh, the gun. Just showing a little bit through the wall.
Bang Jo, pelan-pelan Bang Jo.
Oh, dear. It's only against Sheriffs, man. It's fine, right? I'm sure DRG will be saying that to themselves.
Wow.
Oh, they're all starting to hit. G2. I don't know what happened in the last couple of rounds.
Masa flawless lagi?
Yeah, we're firing. We're not actually going to miss much.
2 kali flawless nih.
Pretend we're back in Americas.
Mau di-asin kah?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Mau di-asin anjir.
Oh, there was no good choice there.
Kirain mau di-ace, enggak deh guys.
Another flawless.
Back to back.
G2,
flawless.
Where has this come from? Man.
Well, I'm interested to see where it actually sits now because it's going to be obviously...
Door.
That's just a pixel out of place for Flexin. Jorgamo pounces on the opportunity.
Bro. Yo, let him fight.
Alah.
Timeout we asked for, yeah. Again, behind this though, Lauren, is G2 up to 11 now. It rides on this round. Unfortunately, they're not going to chip away at the cushion that G2 have. And I was almost going to credit DRG in terms of this ult cycle and how they've stacked up certain ultimates, but G2, Valen, Jorgamo, and Jonah B all
Time out
have went about halfway to his as well.
Yeah, whatever happened on more rounds, like round 9 onwards, G2 won't know.
I mean, to what, since then it's 9-1, right?
Yep. And it's tough for DRG, because everything's done very well. I think we were very impressed with what they were doing initially. Now, there's always going to be that level of, okay, how much depth do they have to go to? Right, they're a team with a standard. You know, we hold them to a fair standard.
Apakah timeout ini akan ngaruh?
Well, mechanically looking solid. Some very brilliant rounds in those early couple, but since then, that depth of G2 has
Kalau
started
menang,
to arrive. It's scary.
G2 akan melawan T1.
The pedigree we talk
Asik.
about when discussing G2. DRG a little bit concerned to see that they want to slow things down, actually. They're looking very well choreographed in the first half, but unable to really replicate the same sort of thing here in the second. G2 basically have total freedom here. At least outside C and B in a very safe hold between Jonah P and Lee. Jonah P now just questioning if anybody has drifted silently forwards, but we can obviously see it. The back of the drone clearing outside B, actually. G2 going to make a massive rotation here.
Yeah, the
Jonah kena loh.
as well, but the site already being secured, it looks like. Egon does well to take away Jonah P, but they still know that there's a lot of
dibokong sama Jo anjir, cepet banget, gokil.
Where do you go if you're DRG? You don't have comfort on the site, you don't have a way to really rotate out. You're pretty much stuck here. Jo takes back front sight as well. Flexin trying to stay alive by the smoke, but for DRG, they're living and dying basically.
Well,
Mati sih ini DRG sih, udah ke trap. Oh.
They have this contingency.
Oh, udah. Gak bisa apa-apa, Cok. Jogemo ngeri banget, Jogemo. Waduh, match point niche.
It kicked up a gear and then some.
It's close to flawless as you could hope for here.
Yuk kelarin deh, yuk biar aku istirahat yuk. Yaudah, kelarin deh bang. Biar aku istirahat ya bang.
I mean, it's night and day from where we're looking at a 6-2 scoreline, like I said, to open this out. And again, this is the byproduct now of a win play in the second half. It's a very broken continuing.
We said there was confidence in the fights, and you could see it just clear as day. Sticking around.
Masa gak OT? Pala bapak kau lah OT aja.
So much potential from that DRG side, who now being bullied across the map.
Just unable to really get a steady footing here. I mean, was Aikman, what, 17 kills in the first half? I think I just saw 20.
Yeah.
Very, very
kelihatan tuh.
Confident resurgence here on Lotus. An ultimate to
War lihat gak ya?
On the back of Demon 1. Again, eyes go towards Jonah P.
Oh, Ren sih ngeliat sih, dia langsung reposition.
Certainly with a man advantage.
Tipis banget anjir. Udah all info itu, udah pada ke A semua.
They want to fight CT. DRG want to go.
Biar di ulti deh.
Nice. Prioritizing 3 as well, so.
Yeah, this is good. Nice use of the ult combination, but they still have their weapons out. They were able to slip back deeper.
Buset.
I don't know if DRG thought they caught
Akaman diinjak-injak gini anjir.
G2.
Cuma dikasih 6 skor doang anjir. Oh my god. GG dah. GG dah. Gila. Gila G2 gila banget, gila. Menyala G2 ku. Oke teman-teman, aku sudahan dulu. Terima kasih semuanya yang sudah nonton. Kita berjumpa lagi di live streaming gue besok ya. Istirahat dulu. Besok gue bakal main FIFA lagi. Siang kalau sempat kita lihat. Anyway, istirahat dulu, caps dulu. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good sleep. Stay safe, stay positive. Love your definition. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you semuanya. FIFA RRQ. Peace out. Bam.
Bro. He said, bro, I ain't mean that, bro. Yo, let him fight, guys.